You won't be disappointed. All right, guys, are we ready to get started? D, are we good? All right, guys, welcome to Deal Doer Machine 2.0 launch. So, guys, we have done a ton of work, especially over the past 6 months, to really add a lot of new great features and new services for you guys. And I kind of wanted to get everybody together and get everybody caught up on what was going on, and be able to introduce new big dogs that maybe haven't attended one of our info sessions or had the opportunity yet to join the team, to give all you guys a chance to kind of see what was going on and all the great new things that we have on Deal Doer Machine. By the way, everybody take out your phones too, and go ahead and point your cameras at those QR codes. The one here on the left, dealdoermachine.com, will bring you right to the Deal Doer Machine website. The one on the right-hand side here is our Facebook page for Big Dogs Only, if you guys want to join that as well. So anyway, guys, hi. If you don't know me, I am Mike Minuto. I've been a big dog now for a little over 3.5 years. I've been in real estate investing since the early 2000s, though. I had a bunch of rental properties when I was living in Florida. I'm out here in Austin now. Been out here for about 13 years now, actually. And what I've built, if you guys don't know already, is something called the Deal Doer Machine, which is really comprehensive marketing and tools platform. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that, but let's talk about the agenda tonight and what we're going to do. We're going to go over a little bit, do a little bit of an overview of Deal Doer Machine, our history. I'm going to talk about the new features in the 2.0 version of the platform. Going to go over some of the plans and pricing and some special offers that we have. And then, guys, we have a whole segment of guest speakers, senior big dogs, coaches, special guests that have been with us on the platform since pretty much the very beginning. We're going to let them talk and say hi to you guys. We're going to talk about some of the deals that we've done together, and why we've had such great partnerships with all these folks. If you do stick out stick out with us to the end, we've got a raffle that we're going to do. We're going to raffle away a couple of or several months of a free membership, and then we'll open it up for questions as well. We're going to try and get through this in the next 2 hours, although I think we're scheduled for about 2.5 hours. But we've got a lot to cover, a lot of great information for you guys. So I hope that you guys can stick with us. All right, so let's talk about Deal Doer Machine. I'm going to play this wonderful video that Dee put together for us. Thank you so much, Dee, for doing this at the last minute.
Today we're officially announcing the Deal Doer Machine 2.0 marketing and power team platform. We're very excited to tell you all about the great new features we've prepared for our members. But first, we wanted to stop and thank everyone who has made this platform possible. Thanks to our dedicated senior partners who have stuck with us from the beginning and helped our team with lots of encouragement, advice, and partnership. Thanks to our team members who have stuck with us patiently as we figured out, with a lot of trial and error, how to provide outstanding products and services to big dogs. And most of all, thanks to our hardworking and dedicated Deal Doer Machine staff who have worked countless hours to make this platform a success. In just 2 short years, we built a team that's now 200 members and staff strong, made a record 1 million calls last year, and are on track to close well over $1 million in profit for our partners this year alone. And hold on tight, because we're just getting started.
All right, great. Oh.
Today we're officially announcing the Deal Doer.
I don't need to see that again. All right, guys. Dee, thanks for doing that video. That was great. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So guys, Deal Doer Machine. What is Deal Doer Machine? It is a marketing, technology, and partnerships platform that provides big dogs with all of the tools, all the leads, marketing, support, appointments, processes, funding, partnerships, transaction coordination, everything that you guys need to help scale up your real estate investing business, get to the point where you're closing multiple deals per month because we're handling all the minimum wage activities for you, and at a price that is designed to save you thousands of dollars every single month. A lot of people like to compare us to a marketing co-op, but we are not a marketing co-op, not just a marketing co-op. We're like a marketing co-op on steroids. We do so much more than just marketing on this platform, guys. We really, really are a full service platform for big dogs to do deals. A little bit about the history though. Bear with me. This is kind of funny. So guys, early on, right, the history of Deal Doer Machine started back in 2019. Bill Busick was my coach in Big Dog, and he and I were having a conversation one day about, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do my real estate investing business. And he came up with this great idea of like, hey, why don't you find leads for other big dogs and help them find leads, and come up with a lead generation system. So that idea percolated, and it percolated for about 6 months. Life was interfering at that time, but in early 2020, I started thinking about it a lot more seriously and started putting some things together. Early in 2020, I met Dee, and Dee had graciously volunteered to to work for me. So she was employee number one, and Amber and Janae and I were talking at a big dog event, and I was telling them about the idea, and they were like, "Okay, let's try it." So we jumped in, and I started building out the platform, started doing marketing. I put lots of money in to get the thing started, and then what happened in early 2020? COVID hit. So COVID hit, but we kept going, and in about the third quarter of 2020, then we started getting a few more early adopters, and I decided to open up the Deal Doer Machine big to all big dogs. Right, started advertising it out there, and in the space of 2 months, we hit 70 members. We had 70 members on the team, up from essentially 3 members to 70 members in 2 months. And as you guys can imagine, that was the beginning of the growing pains. That was the D was at the 6 to 9 months of hell, I think, right? D and I were crying for quite a while there. It was 2 quarters of disastrous growing pains and mistakes and learning, and almost quitting several times. But we kept going, and with the encouragement of the team and a lot of the founding partners, Amber and Janae and Bill, and lots of other people, I doubled down on it. And we were, come hell or high water, going to make this thing work, and we did. We cleaned up a lot of stuff that we had, a lot of messes. We could barely get our act together to make enough calls back at that time frame, but we ended 2021 really, really strong. We hit 100 members, 100 big dogs. We added a whole bunch more staff to support all those big dogs, and we added enough staff to actually start making calls. And we ended 2021 with 1 million calls made for the year by our team, which is an incredible, incredible milestone. And I like to tell the story too of, like, you my staff in the Philippines. It was December 31st, New Year's Eve, and I was like, "Hey guys, are we gonna make it? What's going on?" And Dee and Mila and Joe and everybody, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it." And what they all did was they went out and partied for New Year's Eve. They went home, they slept for a couple of hours, and then they got back on the phones. So we made it. We made the 1 million calls last year. The other thing that really that happened as well at the end of 2021, which was amazing, was Sanjay Agarwal and I connected, and we started to form what is now known as the Deal Doer Machine Commercial Edition. So we are working on commercial and multifamily deals now too. We've got a whole team around us now with some familiar faces you guys are going to know. So I've got another couple of slides I'm going to talk to you guys about that also. So we're in a really great position. I think now like I said, we had an interesting start for 2021, but 2022 is really turning out to be a great year so far. We have what I like to call we have crossed the chasm. If you guys are familiar with that book, we're starting to get a lot of organic growth. We're starting to really um, come into our own as far as what the platform is and what tools and services and everything that we're offering. And we're at 200 members now on the team. We've got about 155 big dogs, and the rest are staff that are working on the team supporting all those big dogs, and we're growing pretty quickly. So just a little hint, you can see we're at the smiley face level of it, of this whole thing now. We had some rough storms over the past the past year or so, but we are in good shape now. So let's take a look at the platform itself, guys, and what we have to offer here. So, like I said, we are an all-inclusive real estate investment platform. We have all the tools, leads, appointments, support, marketing, processes, virtual assistants, cold callers, funding, partnerships, study groups, everything that you guys need to get started and really rock it in your real estate investment business. This platform is designed to eliminate minimum wage activities, so you don't have to deal with all the complex tools and spreadsheets and marketing and lead lists and trying to figure out how to import your lead lists into your CRM, and you don't even know how to spell CRM, all of that overhead, all of that mess, all of those minimum wage activities we take care of for you guys. This is going to help you scale up so you can start closing multiple deals per month, and you've got a whole team of big dogs, partners, and virtual assistants surrounding you to help you with all those deals too. This makes it really easy for you to get in and get started with your real estate investment business without all this long upfront investment and trying to put tools together and figure out how to piece all this stuff together, right? You want to get in and get started and start talking to sellers, and this is the fastest path for you guys to do it. It really is the easy button to your real estate investing business. So this platform is divided up into tools, leads, marketing, and support. Under tools, you've got the top of the line tools in the industry. We have picked the best tools for you guys. First off, your CRM. This is the piece of software that all of your leads live in, all of your communications to those leads, all the status information and notes about those leads, all of that goes into your customer relationship management application. We have picked a top of the line CRM for you guys to use, and we have loaded it with leads. We have a ton of leads for you guys, and I'll talk about it in a bit. But the great thing about this CRM too is it has an integrated dialer, integrated text messaging, email. It has drip email campaigns. Phil calls them autoresponders. And all of the communications are all logged in the system so you can see everything in one place and you know exactly what the last set of communications were to your leads. This system is also really great at follow up. You guys know that follow up is 100% of the money in this business, and this system is excellent at follow up. You've got to be on your follow up game to make it and make it really well in this business. So this platform gives you tasks and calendar appointments and reminders and drip email campaigns, all sorts of automations to help you be excellent at follow up. Guys, you can't do this with sticky notes and a spreadsheet and a notebook anymore. It doesn't work. It doesn't scale. This system is designed to get you really great at follow-up so you can scale up to do those multiple deals per month. We also have tools, several tools that are going to help you find out what the ARV of properties are. You can run some comp and CMA reports. We have tools that will let you do electronic contracts, electronic document signing over email, so you don't have to run a bunch of paper around. We're also introducing a drive routing tool, and we have tools to do video messaging as well. Some of the stuff that's new is we can do direct mail Now, we've got a couple of tools that will do that. So you can send greeting cards, postcards, and yellow letters. We also have a lot of automations built in, one-click partnerships to make collaboration really, really easy. We've got a team chat room, we've got Facebook page, we've got a lot of great ways for you guys to easily collaborate with each other. There are web, iOS, and Android applications for all of these tools, and you get full tool training and support from us and from our vendors. So those are tools. Suffice it to say, guys, you have to buy nothing as far as tools go. You join the platform, you get it all. There's nothing else you need to go out and buy. Let's talk about leads. Guys, we have over 800,000 leads in the system now. We have a massive number of leads, and we're adding 150,000 every single month on a daily basis. We have residential leads as well as commercial leads. All of our leads are skip traced. They are scrubbed against the federal do not call registry so that you know that those are the phone numbers you're not supposed to call unless you want to get in trouble. And then all of these leads are loaded already for you in the CRM. So all you got to do is just log in and then you can start calling immediately. Again, you don't have all the overhead of trying to get your lead lists and get them skip traced in a spreadsheet and then loading that spreadsheet into a CRM. All of that mess we take care of for you guys. I've got 3 people full-time doing nothing but all of that work for you. It really does make things a lot more efficient. We have multiple lead sources, guys, right? We have every lead source that you can think of on county. So all of the foreclosure, divorce, probate, tax liens, sheriff sale, all that stuff. But we have lead sources that are off county as well. These are the leads that do not show up at the county list on the county lists. These are leads that not everybody is calling, right? And so you've got a lot better chance of getting in touch with and closing on those leads. These are the pre foreclosure, the folks that are only 30 days late on their mortgage or a post bankruptcy and they're not in trouble again yet, but they might be in a few months. Those kinds of lead lists, we are getting those leads and loading them in the system for you guys too. And guys, those are expensive leads, by the way. There's a lot behind those leads. Um, if that wasn't enough, if you can't find leads out of the 800,000 leads we already have in the system, we have several new tools that we've introduced now for you guys to go out and pull your own lead lists. And we will help you skip trace and DNC scrub them and load them into the system if you want. Prop Stream and RealFlow, you guys know already if you've been on the platform, but we also just added Propelio and Deal Machine too. These are rich lead sources with massive amounts of leads from everywhere in Texas and across the country. You will never run out of leads if you're on this platform. Just trust me on that. We have a ton of leads. Marketing is another great aspect of this platform. This is going to let you set your appointment setting on autopilot. So first of all, we're covering all of Texas. Wherever big dogs are, we are doing marketing. We do Facebook and Google ads every once in a while, but I have a little sad face there because I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't really scale very well. The leads are not great, and they're actually a lot more expensive than other methods that we're using. Our search engine optimization, though, is actually working pretty good now. We've been working on that for about a year and a half. I don't know if Frank is on the call, but we can thank Frank for that. We are getting a lot of inbound traffic now. People search for I need to sell my house on Google, and we get up on the first page of the Google search results, and pretty much at the top of the first page, without having to pay for that position to Google. So that's pretty cool. We've also introduced something new recently as well called PWM appointments. PWM stands for Partner with Mike. So you get to partner with me on deals. My VAs are out making cold calls and we set appointments. And every once in a while, because we can't handle all the appointments that our amazing VAs set for us, so we publish those appointments out to our team members. So you guys get a chance to go and take an appointment, have a conversation with the seller, and then if it's looking good, you're going to partner with me and my team, and we're going to help you close it. All right. So it's just a little bonus that we have on the team. We don't have a ton of these, but we throw these out to the team every once in a while. And guys, just trust me when I say it's like a food fight for these for these appointments. I kind of compare it to like the on the day after the morning after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, when everybody is like has rushed to the Best Buy or the Walmart, and then they have their face pressed up against the glass to grab that last $99 TV. Right? It's kind of like that. These appointments, when they get published out, they last for about 3 minutes, and then they're gone and claimed by somebody on the team. We do some secret marketing as well. I'm not going to talk about that because it's a secret, right? But the one thing we don't do, guys, and I want you guys to be careful, is we don't do illegal marketing. There's lots of illegal marketing out there, lots of ways to get yourself in trouble and get yourself fined. Examples are like some of these multi-line dialers that let you call a whole bunch of phone numbers at once, and then when one picks up, it hangs up on the other ones. You can get in a lot of trouble by doing that. There's a lot of thresholds that you have to really be mindful of, and that it's hard to really keep legal. Fines for those are anywhere between $500 and $1,500 per call, so you want to be careful. Um, you also don't want to do blasts of emails and text messages to leads that have not explicitly said that they want to hear from you via those channels. Lots of ways to get yourself in trouble there. Again, those are $500 to $1,500 per incident. Violating the TCPA Act is no joke, guys. I know some big dogs actually that did get fined for for messing with this. So you've got to be careful. So we avoid all of that on the platform to keep you guys safe and to make sure that our reputation is impeccable. We do have ways to do direct mail, postcards, yellow letters, and greeting cards. If you guys want to do that now, that's a new feature. We're also experimenting with circle dialing and some custom lead generation as well. Circle prospecting, circle dialing is where you just hit a certain neighborhood, pull all of the houses and all of the addresses and all the property owners from there, and then just start dialing them. They're not even at the county, they're not in trouble, but they may still want to sell their house, so it's a good way to reach out to them. The other cool thing we have too is Arizona Emissions business insurance coverage for everybody that is on the team too. So if you get sued for some reason, if you violate the do not call registry by accident, or get fines from through this TCPA Act or something like that, or just get sued just for the hell of it, right? Because sometimes sellers are crazy. You've got coverage through my business insurance, and that's pretty cool. And this is actually a big deal, guys. This is hard insurance to get a hold of. Support. So let's talk about support, guys. We've got all the partners and support and study groups that you guys need to close more deals. First off, we talked about my cold callers on my team. We're distributing appointments out every once in a while for you guys. But if you want to hire a cold caller from me, I will recruit, interview, hire, train, and manage that person for you, hand them to you, and let them make calls and set appointments for you. All right. This is a great way to put your cold calling and your marketing on autopilot. Hire somebody from my team. I've got a lot of great people trained up and ready to go. Same thing on the virtual assistant side. If you want somebody to do some more advanced tasks, we've got VAs to do that as well. Guys, as far as the team goes, like I said, we've got a team of over 200 big dogs and VAs and my staff now on the team. We are a massive team of big dogs and support. We also have 10 big dog coaches on the team now too, guys. 10 big dog coaches. You're going to meet some of them tonight, but you know who all those folks are. All right, we've got some great people on the team, and really easy ways to partner up with them too. We've built up a lot of automations, gotten automations down to one click to partner up with these senior big dogs and the coaches on the team. We also have some great support too. So I have what I call my Alpha Squad, which is my residential team of VAs and acquisitions managers and senior partners that help me close my deals. You guys are going to get a chance, if you're on the platform, to work with them and close your deals as well. So that's pretty cool. We also have Charlie Squad, which is our commercial multifamily squad. Now I'll introduce you guys to those folks later on in the presentation. But these teams, these squads, are basically going to help you from the very first call all the way through to closing. and all of the minimum wage activities and deal analysis and funding and transaction coordination, all of the little bits in between that very first call to getting a check in your hand. My squads are there to help you guys. Okay. We've got some study groups as well to help you practice, master your cold call skills, learn more about sales and closing, follow up, handling objections, all of that stuff too. And we've got the Grant Cardone University sales training platform and a mastermind session with Alex from Cardone University as well. All right, guys. So this is an overview of the platform. This is everything that we're providing right now to big dogs. I know this is a little bit of an eye chart. I think we're going to give you guys maybe a copy of this slide or the video or something like that, so you guys can kind of digest this a little bit more. But suffice it to say, guys, we are an A to Z, soup to nuts platform. We have everything that you need to jump in and start doing deals. All right, so I am not going to do a live demo of the platform just to be cognizant of time, but I do want to just point out a little bit about this. This is what our web application looks like. This back screen here, you can see this is a typical lead list that you would see in the platform. You've got the name of the lead, the address, the phone number, the email address, the subject property, city, county, and zip code. And then this screen down here is where the detailed view of one of those leads is. So again, you get to see all of the information about the lead itself. And then this center section here is where all the communications and notes happen. So you've got everything in one place, right? You get to see where all of the emails back and forth are all logged here. All the text messages are logged here. All the phone calls are logged here. You can replay the audio from any call that was made through the platform. So if you didn't get a chance to take notes while you were on the call, you can go ahead and listen to that call again. You've got a place to take notes in here as well, and then a way to send email and text messages. And then it's just as simple as clicking on phone numbers to call and place calls to that lead. And then we mentioned follow-up before, guys. Follow-up is really important. This right-hand section here is where all the tasks and calendar appointments and all the follow-up activity and everything is all logged. It makes it really, really easy for you guys to be great at follow-up. We have both iOS and Android applications as well. So if you're on the go and don't have your laptop with you, you can do all this stuff from your mobile app. I'm not going to go through commercial stuff in very much detail, but I do want to just let you know, guys, we have the Mac Daddy of commercial lead systems, multifamily lead systems available on our platform. This is a tool called CoStar. Something like 86% of all commercial transactions go through this system. They have a massive database of multifamily and commercial leads. We have access to all of them across the entire United States. All right, and we are loading leads into our system for marketing. We can do custom lead pulls if you decide you want to be a commercial investor. And the data that we get from this system is second to none. If you've ever tried to go and do a commercial, go pull like some commercial information and try and skip trace an LLC and figure out who the owner of a property is, it's not fun to do, but we have all of this information here and loaded already. D, somebody needs to go on mute, please. So this system is great, right? Because it includes all of this information that you need. I mean, everything about the property, but look at the information that we have here, guys. We've got the name and address and email address and phone number of the leasing agent for that property, the owner, their email address and their phone number and their name, right? Finding this information on your own, trying to skip trace an LLC and find out who the owner is and then find out their name and address and phone number, that is a lot of time that you could spend, and we have it by default on this platform now for commercial leads. So this is an expensive piece of software, but if you guys join the team and want to do some commercial stuff, you're going to have access to it. All right. So I want to go through and talk about new teams and features real quick. So, guys, here are the new major additions to the team that we've had added over the past 6 months. First off, Yancey. Yancey is a big dog, longtime big dog. He's been on the platform for, I don't know, probably something like 2 years now. He is now my chief of operations, essentially my main partner in the residential and some other sides of the business as well. We've done a lot of deals together. We've done a lot of investing in some new construction projects down in Texas City as well. So he has really, really been instrumental in helping me run this team. Another leader that joined the team over the past 6 months is Sanjay Agarwal. He is my commercial team director. He has basically helped form the Deal Doer Machine commercial build out of this team, and so he's been helping a lot with that. Really helped me get this whole thing started up, which is pretty amazing. You'll get to meet him a little bit later in the session. We have JB, who's our acquisitions director now. JB has got a dozen years of experience in real estate investment and acquisitions. He's helping to train up a lot of the team now, helping to raise the bar on our cold call team and really get those guys working really, really tightly and precisely. And then we just added Thur onto the team as well. She's our cold caller talent and quality manager. Also, she just started about a week ago. So she's going to be getting on board too. So these are some new additions that we had recently. Let's talk about some more of the new tools and marketing channels. I touched on this a little bit, so I won't spend much time on it, but you guys know we have Follow Up Boss as our CRM. Everybody who's on the platform gets a Google Workspace account. We have PropStream and RealFlow for lead sources and helping you find ARVs of properties, DocuSign for electronic document signatures. We've got an integration in Follow Up Boss to let you send greeting cards, and now we are adding Propelio and Deal Machine for additional leads and additional property analysis capabilities. And we've added services now so that you guys can send postcards and yellow letters from these tools too. So if you want to do some direct mail marketing now, we hadn't been offering that before, but we just added this just in like the past 3 weeks or so. We're also adding a tool to do drive routing also. So if you feel like going out and doing some door knocking or driving for dollars, we're going to help you route the best way to get around since gas is a little bit expensive these days. So this may come in handy as well. And we're experimenting with a legal version of a multi-line dialer. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do that or not. This is always going to be tricky, but we will let you guys know if we decide to offer that out. All right, more services, guys, in Deal Doer Machine 2.0, more services, partnerships, and staff. So all new is something that we're offering to everybody on the team now. Level 1 VA services to help you guys run CMA reports so you can get the ARV of a property, at least a rough ARV. You always want to double check it with an expert in the industry, but rough ARVs, rental comps, and public records searches now are offered on the platform for everybody who's on Deal Doer Machine. We also have something called Level 3 VA services now, which are essentially helping you guys with everything from start to finish. These are folks that are going to be on that first phone call with you when you're first talking to that seller. We're going to help you figure out what the ARV of a property is, what the exit strategy should be, and then all of the back end transaction coordination stuff, finding funding, finding a senior partner to work with, doing expense management. All of that stuff comes with Level 3 VA services. And so if you are partnering with me doing one of those PWM leads, or if you're in a scholarship program, or if you're borrowing a cold caller from us, you're going to get access to all those Level 3 VA services. Okay. Sometimes we also make it synonymous to what we call Alpha Squad, which is essentially my squad of people that call and close my deals for me. You guys are going to get access to all of that Alpha Squad and all these Level 3 VA services when you bring a deal in through one of these channels. We have something similar on the commercial side, something we call Charlie Squad too, which is again that end-to-end service that you need to get commercial deals closed. All right, so that's services and partnerships, support and study groups, guys. So we continue to have Cardone University sales training platform. If you guys have not seen this yet, this is the platform that Grant Cardone offers out that provides general sales training and really, really great material. There's something like 8,000 videos of Grant Cardone talking about how to handle objections and what the sales process looks like, how to make cold calls, how to follow up. His best material is on Cardone University. This is a great training platform. People pay like $30,000 to get access to this platform. We have it available on our platform for a fraction of that cost, by the way, guys. We also do a cold call or a study group with that Cardone University material also. But what's new is we're now doing a cold call role play group, so you guys can practice your cold calls. All right, everybody's loving this so far. We've got some great material, including this thing that we like to call the magic script, which is something that Alex from Cardone University helped us put together. All right, so if you guys join the team, you're going to get access to our magic script and get to practice it with other big dogs. I'm doing $1 million tips every week now, or every other week or so in our team meetings. We also have expanded customer service hours now, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. My staff is available to help you guys, and we're really working hard to simplify and improve our support channels as well. Again, growing pains, guys. We've done a lot of stuff, especially over the past 6 months. We're going to simplify support down much easier for you guys too. All right, and just a refresh on lead features. So again, we have about 650,000 residential leads. We're adding about 100,000 a month. We added these rare off-county lead sources just over the past 6 months as well. We're looking at ways to get even more accurate on our skip tracing. We're exploring and testing some other systems to do this. And a new feature is that we're letting you guys load your own private lead lists now. We weren't doing that before. There were a lot of problems and complications with our CRM for doing that, but there's some new features in the CRM now that are making it a lot easier, a lot cleaner to do that. So we're going to go ahead and open that up to you guys. So if you can't find enough leads for whatever reason, and you've got your own lead lists that you want to load, we're going to help you load them up in the system now, and you guys can have access to them all on your own. Multifamily and commercial leads, we've got 150,000 leads total. We're adding 50,000 per month. We have, like I said, the best commercial lead source that is out there now. It doesn't get much better than CoStar. And like I mentioned before too, we have what we call Charlie Squad, which is our commercial acquisitions and dispositions team of folks that are going to help you find leads, analyze them, put a deal together, and disposition it as well. We've got some great folks on that team, and we're doing pretty good so far. All right, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the plans that we have, guys. But we have updated plans and pricing now. Some new plans packed with features and bonuses. Really, and we've got some team plans as well designed to help you save some money if you're a team of 2 to 5 people. We've also made our add-ons a lot more flexible. We've reduced our minimums and our setup fees for our cold callers and VAs and for the Cardone University subscriptions. So let's talk about membership plans real quick. So these are individual plans now, guys. We have the learner, power, and master plans. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this, but we've got our basic plan starting at $299 a month right now. Our power plan is what most people gravitate towards for $379 a month. It gets you the CRM and all the leads, plus what we call our REI Super Tool Pack now, which includes PropStream, RealFlow, DocuSign, Propelio, and Deal Machine. Guys, this is over $400 a month in tools that you guys get access to with this power plan. And guys, we're not sharing passwords and credentials or anything like that. You're actually getting your own accounts under my team account for all these tools. All right, we're totally legitimate on this, by the way. We're not cheating or stealing software or anything like that. You're getting your own accounts with your own passwords and your own login and everything for all of these tools. So Power Plan is really great. That's what most people gravitate towards. Master Plan includes a whole bunch of other stuff, including Cardone University and some bonus cold call time as well. These are the plans for teams. So if you're a team of 2, you can join in and get this learner team plan for $5.99 a month. If you are a team of 3 investors or 2 investors and a VA or whatever, the Power Team plan is for you, and then we go up all the way to 5 team members for the Master Team plan. And then real quick, commercial plans. These are what the commercial plans look like. We've got 2 plans right now for commercial membership. The Power plan for $4.99 a month gets you access to the whole platform and all of the commercial leads in the system. Plus, we've got VAs on the back end to help you out with all of those commercial transactions, helping you write letters of interest and offer memorandums and doing analysis, all of that minimum wage-ish administrative, complex sometimes activity. We've got folks that are helping our investors do that now. The master plan includes a CoStar license, which is like sometimes usually like $1,500. So people pay a lot of money for CoStar. We've got a pretty good deal with them, so we bundle into that extra plan. You can also add on commercial leads to an existing residential plan if you want to for $150 a month. Okay. All right. So couple of specials, guys, before we get into talking to our guest speakers. We got a couple of specials here. So join in the next 7 days and you get 25% off your setup fee. Subscribe to a power team or commercial plan and get 50% off of your setup fee. Okay, couple of specials for you guys for this launch event. And stick with us through the end of this session. We're going to announce some more specials and raffle as well. And if you guys want to get more information, if you want to sign up or register for a demo or webinar or join the team and get a subscription, go to dealdoermachine.com and just follow the buttons there, and you guys will be able to get access to that webinar or join the team. All right, so we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. So I'm going to stop here for a few minutes and take a few questions from the audience, and then we will get started with our guest speakers. Who's got questions? Dee and Joe, if you want to monitor the chat, or if you folks want to just raise your hand or take yourself off mute, you're welcome to do that too.
We do have a question in chat from Amanda. And
Joe, you cut out there. You're on mute.
A question from Amanda in chat. What does off-county constitute?
So off-county are the leads that do not show up on the county lists. These are the very, very early pre-foreclosure leads, right? These are the folks that are just starting to become late on paying their mortgage. These are the folks that had just finished a bankruptcy and, you know, possibly in 3 to 6 months, they're going to be in trouble again, right? They're not at the county yet. Nothing's been filed. They're not officially late or in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure. And nobody's calling them from county lists because they're not showing up at the county. Okay. Does that make sense? And guys, those leads are expensive, by the way, too. All right. Those are not cheap leads to get. All right. Next question.
And Mike Papa's question is for everyone. How much is the rate for our cold callers?
Cold callers are $8 per hour. And what we do is we do either 20 hours a week or 40 hours a week in a minimum of 2-week increments. Other questions?
And Sandra, we got somebody raising her hand. Hi, Sandra. Can you take yourself off mute?
Sandra? Okay, let's let her get herself off mute. Who's next? Joe, D, who's next?
Adele have a additional question, Mike, regarding the slide. She's requesting for you to show the slide that has the non-commercial master plan again, because she missed it.
Yeah, I think we can do that. This one? We're gonna, I think, D, we're gonna send these slides out, I think, for folks too, right? So you guys will get a copy.
Yes, Mike.
You guys will get a copy of this, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
Mike, the non-commercial one, go back one more.
This one, team plans.
And I think one more, this individual non-commercial. Here we go.
Is that the one you want, Adele? Okay. All right, good. All right, what's the next question? I'll take 2 or 3 more.
From Jim and Sarah, Mike, how do the new price plans affect existing members?
We're kind of giving folks an option right now if they want to stay on the old plans or convert to the new ones. But we've set it up so that converting to the new plans should be really enticing. We want to kind of have everybody on the same plans. This way our VAs don't get confused. But, we'll leave it. We're still going to leave it up to you guys for now.
Mike, this is Gwen. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Gwen. How you doing?
Hi.
Hey, good to see you.
Thanks. I have a question. I was looking at the master plan that you have on the slide. There's that 5 phone numbers.
So the reason why we give extra phone numbers to people is because you guys are big dogs and you should be closing deals all over Texas. And when you're calling leads, sometimes you've got a better chance of them picking up if you're calling from their area code. So if I'm here in Austin and I'm going to call a lead in Dallas, I'm going to use a new phone number that is a Dallas area code because my chances of them picking up the phone are a lot higher. Okay. Plus, sometimes you just want to switch it up a little bit, right? They know that you're calling from this phone number. You've called them 4 times. They've hung up on you many times already. Switch it up a little bit, call from a different number. Maybe your conversation will be different after that. Make sense? Good question, Gwen. Good to see you. All right, what other questions do we have? What else do we have in chat here? David, yes, in addition to monthly cost, we still do a percentage of deals. We're closing deals as partners and we are following Big Dog guidelines for profit sharing on those now. Shanoa put out a bunch of slides and a big YouTube video and we are following those guidelines. So And then we do just a small platform fee, like a half of 1% for anything else that we don't partner on. If you find it from our platform. If it's your own lead, we don't charge anything. So we have reduced those charges.
Mike, how do you determine what cities you pull the leads from? Like, I know there's a lot of San Antonio and Austin and Houston, but I know that there are some outer, city places. How do you determine where to stop pulling leads? Like, I'm way out here in cow country or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you have like a boundary that you go by, or how do you determine where the stopping point is where you pull leads from?
So we pull leads really from all of the sources that we have. We just pull everything within reason, right? I mean, there are some sources like PropStream that, like, if I go and pull all the absentee owners, I could pull 600,000 leads of absentee owners just like in Austin, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. So we're a little bit smarter about how we actually pull those leads. We try to pull the ones that are higher likelihood of converting. But there are other sources, like, guys, we have Roddy's foreclosure list, for example. We just pull all of those leads into the system. We get, I don't know, something like 10,000 a month or something crazy like that from Roddy's, right? And Roddy's, I don't know if you guys know Roddy's foreclosure lists, but those are like the Mac Daddy of the lead lists, right? They have really the best leads from every single county in Texas, guys, and there's like 254 counties or something. So we just pull all those leads in from everywhere. Okay. Does that make sense? Guys, by the way,
Yes,
let
thank you.
me riff on Roddy's for a little bit too. I've got a couple of minutes. So guys, Roddy's foreclosure list, go price it out for yourself. It's between $50 and $80 per county per month for those lead lists. And there are 254 counties in Texas. So do the math, right? Nobody's going to go out and buy all 254 counties of Roddy's lead lists, except for me. I have all 254 counties for you guys. All right. I'm not paying $50 a month for per county either. Right. I've got a good deal with Curtis and those guys. All right. So it's a unique opportunity to get access to some high quality leads. Those leads are really, really good. All right. I will take one more question here. Amanda, why wouldn't I convert to the new plan more? Yeah, of course. Exactly. That was the intention, to offer you guys more service at a better price. All right, guys, thanks for the questions. Appreciate it. So we are at the top of the hour, ready to start with our special guests. Dee, do we have our first special guest queued up?
Yes, Mike. We have Bill right
All right.
there. Hi, Bill.
Hey guys,
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good, Bill. So I don't know if you were here when I was telling the group. So you and I had this conversation many years ago, right? Where it was like, hey, we were trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to do my real estate investing business. And we had this conversation of, like, I remember it really, really clearly, like, hey, Mike, why don't you find leads for big dogs, right? Why don't you build a system, build a little marketing platform and get leads for big dogs?
Like I can tell you exactly where I was when we had that conversation. I was in the IRA offices in Dallas, Texas.
Really?
Literally in their lobby. When it was like, damn, why don't you go expand this and find yourself some good closers and make some money doing this stuff?
Yep. Yep, exactly. Exactly. You know, I remember where I was too. I was sitting at the kitchen table, just kind of banging my head, trying to figure out what to do, struggling with like, okay, I want to keep my full-time job, but I still want to do this. How am I gonna do this? So, I credit Bill with kind of the inspiration behind building Deal Doer Machine. And Bill has been there like right from the beginning, pretty much for me too, right? I mean, even coming in into our team meetings and helping with our what we call our Stump the Coach sessions, where folks get in and get to ask Bill questions, and he talks about the kind of deals that he has going on and how he approaches working with sellers really, really successfully. I tell everybody, and I think Bill's going to share maybe some of this stuff, but Bill is like really, really a master at creative deal structuring and creative financing and really solve seller problems in really, really creative ways. So that's one of the things that I think the team really, really appreciates about you, Bill. But tell us before we start talking about one of the deals we did together. Tell us a little bit more about like what do you like about working with the folks on the team?
Well, so first off, I've been a big dog I'm probably one of the OGs on the big dogs side of things. And literally this month was 10 years for me. So been doing this for a while. Been doing this thing full time for 8 years. Kept my job for the first two. So for any of you guys that are looking to transition over, it is possible and keep this thing going longevity wise. And we can have a whole nother session about what I think is coming up here with interest rates rising and people falling behind in their mortgage. I think we've got a huge opportunity going forward. This is not a downside thing for us guys. This is a big opportunity coming up. You're gonna get away from the everyone thinking their house is worth 5 times what it really is worth into I really need to sell my house. How can you help me out? So be prepared, guys. And what Mike's platform brings to you guys. First off, Mike's the real deal, totally legit. I mean, I've known Mike besides business partner. I mean, we're friends, and we've done deals together. I've kind of clued Mike into some of the things I'm doing on the side, with even getting involved with selling my house to Open Door. Next thing I know, Mike is selling his house to Open Door. Next thing I know, Mike and I are partnering up on a house that we're flipping to Open Door. Right? So there's just so many different ways to do things in real estate, and you got to put your creative hat on. You've got to be different than your competition. You've got to offer up stuff that other people aren't offering up. And when it comes down to the follow-up thing, it's all in the follow-up. And I know Arlene's on the phone call, and if I mention the name, if I mention the name of a guy in the Lost Creek neighborhood, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That we've been working together probably now for how long, Arlene? 5 months, 4 months?
4 months. 4 months. It's been about 4 months, yeah. And he was like the third. I called him on the third day that I got on this platform.
Right. We're going to get that deal. It's just been a struggle, and the guy's a little kind of on the fringe, but I'm gonna get that sucker under contract. So it just comes down to hearing what people's problems are and knowing what to do with it. And Mike, I mean, as far as the platform itself goes, I mean, right now I've got 5 active flips. 3 of those deals came through Mike's platform, and one of those deals I'm partnering up directly with Mike on. So PWM, is that what you call it, Mike? Partner with Mike?
Yep.
Yep. So, and that's our South Austin deal, which took how long to close, Mike? Originally 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
Right. Dealing with City of Austin, everything else we've got going now, but that sucker is going to make us some big bucks. And it's sticking with it, and it's having the fortitude and the knowledge. And the cool thing is, guys, this platform was built for big dogs. This is not like any Joe off the street can just kind of step in here, pay his $400 a month, and it's like, oh my God, $400 a month. It's like, dudes, go do a deal. That $5,000 a month is like pocket change. Don't focus on what the cost is. Focus on what you're getting. And what Mike has put together, and we talk about it probably, I don't know how many phone calls a month we have, is just like Mike stressing out, and it's like, oh my God, we've got another issue here we've got to solve type of thing. And it's like, take a breath. You're going to get through this thing. Your business is booming, and you're giving people exactly what they need to be successful if they actually work it. And you can't do any more than that. And that's what Mike provides. I mean, big dog is big dog, right? You've got training and a network. And what Mike brings to it is like sales training and, other features with, having private money sources and being able to partner with other people and have VAs working for you, where you're not doing any of the heavy lifting to actually get a lead that's motivated for you to go in and close. It's like, damn, what Mike has built now, veering off into the commercial world is amazing. I've known Sanjay probably for 6 or 7 years when he first got involved with the Big Dog program on the Canada's major side of things. And Sanjay's another one. He's the real deal, man. He's legit. He's honest. He knows what he's doing. And, you got like the perfect storm with the perfect team here if you guys actually apply it and go out and do it. And I can't say enough for what Mike has built. I'm one of the Stump the coaches. I've been there since the beginning and kind of helped Mike guide it. And, this version 2.0, this is actually the first unveiling I'm hearing about it. But guys, upgrade. Get those extra features, man, is nothing but something that's going to increase your business and get you guys more profitable going down the road, right? The more tools you have in your toolkit, the more successful you're going to be. That's really what it comes down to.
Thanks, Bill. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and your advice is right, spot on as always, right? I mean, the follow up is really important, and I mean, I know there's like several deals that, yeah, it's taken a while. They're going to happen, but follow up is really important in this business. So I mean, I will definitely take that as a top piece of advice for big dogs. And you and I, we did this one deal here on Top Rock Lane in Round Rock, right?
Yeah. Why don't you go over how that lead came about, and then I'll kind of pick it up from there.
Okay. So guys, this was really funny, right? So my girlfriend Chris had moved in, and we had a bunch of empty moving boxes. So I put an ad on Facebook one day, just totally innocent. Hey, free moving boxes, come get these out of my garage. And this lady calls, and she comes right over and starts taking the moving boxes, and we just strike up a conversation. I'm like, hey, so what's going on? Where are you moving to? And she's like, oh, I've got this dream house that we're building, and it's almost ready and whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing with your existing house? She's like, well, I've got it under contract or whatever. So but the point of this whole thing, and I'll let Bill take the rest of it from there. The point of this whole thing is Bill and I got this lead from a Facebook posting for free moving boxes. Okay. Talk about $0 in marketing, right? And then she actually had a contract from another investor, and I'll let Bill tell the rest of the story from there, and how we actually won this deal from the other investor.
Yeah, and the conversation, and this was all over the phone. We did the 3-way phone call where, like, well, I got this contract, I haven't signed it yet, and it just feels kind of weird. I just don't really trust this guy. And so, we got into the whole trust factor, and they said, hey, it's Mike and Bill. When you meet us, it's like if we end up going to contract, we're the guys who are buying your house. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no and or signs in the contract. It's not like we're going to go and try and flip the house. It's like, we're buying it from you. Like, what do you need? And so we met with her, and we were buying the house as is, and there were some things that needed to be taken care of with the property, and we said, no problem. We offered her $350,000 for her house, which was $10,000 less than the contract that she had in hand that she hadn't signed from this other investor. And she went with us because we gave her a couple of other things. We said we would rent you the house back for $1 a day for up to 30 days if you need it. So you can go and close on your other place, take your time moving. It's not going to be a hassle. We're just going to make it easy for you to transition over. And I think that was the one thing of anything that actually us the deal. And guys, I offer that up on every single deal, because right now I can't get contracts in to do crap. Everybody is so busy right now. I can't get somebody in even start working on my houses for 4 to 6 weeks. So why not get the deal and get the seller. I want to close on that house. I want my name on the deed. I don't want the seller's name still on that deed. And well, let's just close 30 days out because you never know what's going to happen. And so that's what got us the deal. But the interesting thing was, Mike and I were like, okay, well, we could put money into this thing and flip it, or why don't we just call Open Door, where I just sold my personal residence and Mike sold his personal residence, and see if we can just flip this thing to Open Door. So, Mike, I'll let you take the story from there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we'd initially kind of, poked around a little bit with Open Door, and they gave us like what felt like a really, really high price, and then came back and the price was a little bit lower. But I, called them up and I was working with them, and it was looking like it was going to be in the low 400s, and I was like, that was not going to work. So I just told Open Door straight up. I said, look, here's the number that works for us, that will make this a no-brainer. 450 is the number, and they took it. And we wound up closing it like, just like a couple of weeks later. After that, we really didn't have to do very much. I mean, Bill did some stuff with fixing the fence and a few other minor things there, but we really didn't put a lot of money into rehab in it at all. They took it as is.
Put $600 in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like $600, and it needed work too. I mean, I think they kind of overpaid for it a little bit, but that was their model, and so we made it work. And this was one of the deals too. It was like Bill and I, like, we played off of each other really, really well too. I mean, Bill handled a lot of the, stuff with the seller. I handled a lot of the back end paperwork with Open Door, and and all that, and getting the financing, and everything all lined up. Was a team effort. But this was this was one of those deals that was like a fast, I mean, from start to finish, Bill, this was what, 10 weeks, I think.
That it was, like 9 or 10 weeks, and gross profit 100K. Can't argue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was I consider that a deal doer deal because it was working with Mike, right? So
exactly.
Anyway. But the other one I wanted to highlight was a house in Sun City in Georgetown, which is a retirement community. This was literally a lead that came in through Mike's machine to another big dog who called to partner up with me on it. It says, listen, I've never done a deal. This is way out of my area. I live down in San Antonio. I don't know anything about Georgetown. And I'm like, well, what's the seller's motivation? And he's like, well, I don't even really know. But she wants to sell the house and lease it back from us for the long term because she's building a new home. And I'm like, all right, well, great, let's go see her. So we go meet this woman, and we walk into this house, and the house is immaculate. I mean, crazy immaculate. Like, I mean, wow, like this house needs like nothing done to it. And so we were talking, and it's like, well, like, why are you selling? And she goes, well, I'm building a custom home. And right now the build keeps getting pushed out because of supply chain issues and COVID. And this was literally back in I believe it was like April of 2021 when this thing first came down. And so what she wanted us to do was to purchase her home and rent it back to her for an extended period of time. And I'm like, well, first off, that's not really my business model. So what I offered up was, well, why don't we just set a closing date out like 6 or 9 months? And if we need to rent it back to you short term because we get to that date and you still aren't able to close, we'll just do a short term lease for you. And she's like, cool, that sounds great. So we got the house under contract with $100 of option fee and $1,000 of earnest money, $1,100, tied up this house for 9 months versus me going out and borrowing $300,000 to purchase her home and have to sit there worrying about whether or not her rent is covering my payments on my borrowed money, right? We just kept it simple. Let's just figure it out down the road. Well, 9 months comes up and she needs to extend the contract. So we pushed the contract out from October till January. And no problem. She signed it. We extended it out there. We were purchasing the home for $292,000, and the ARV when we put it under contract originally was $335,000. So not a killer deal, but the house needed nothing. And if you have a house that needs nothing and you can still make $25,000, it's like, go do it. because houses in that neighborhood were selling in 7 days or less. So now we are, boom, we're 9 months out, and she gives me a phone call and says, "Hey, Bill, dang, in this past 9 months, like the houses in this neighborhood have gone up significantly. Like my neighbor just sold their house for $385,000, and it's the same model. And you guys have my house under contract for $292. Now I'm thinking she's not going to amend the contract to extend the closing date, which means she could walk away. So I called up my partner, Jamie, who was a big dog under Mike's program, and I said, would you be okay if I offered her profit sharing on this transaction? Like if we sell the house, anything we sell it for over 335, she gets a third. And he's like, hey, if it saves the deal and we can make more money, go for it. So that's what we proposed. And then we found out that profit sharing with her was actually going to nullify part of her tax-free status of flipping her homestead. So we actually ended up amending the contract to purchase the home for $30,000 more. We upped the purchase price to $322,000. How many people would go and up the purchase price of a house for $30,000 before you close on it? This is the first and only one I've ever done this on. But what ended up happening was we listed and sold the house. We listed it for $419,000 and we sold it for $430,000. Was that a better deal than making $20,000? Well, what actually ended up happening was my partner and I ended up splitting $62,000 off of just being creative and giving the seller what they wanted. She literally, she was like, you guys need recommendations. I'll recommend you guys anywhere. You are the best. You guys gave me more money. That was awesome. It went towards my new house. She's now moved into her new home, and she actually has given me an invite for me and my wife to come over to see her new house now that it's all finished out. Right. So again, being creative, giving the seller what they want, being fair in the transaction. Again, my partner in this deal was, he goes, dude, I'm counting on you. If we don't do this, we're going to lose the deal. Right. And I said, I think we got a good shot at just losing the deal, because at that point she can just cancel the contract. We didn't close through that extended date, and she could just walk away. So let's just go for it. So that's what we ended up doing. We closed the deal. Our rehab cost on that house was $632. And of that $632, $232 was cleaning company coming in and just taking care of letting last minute dusting that needed to be done in there. And it was $400 to stage it. And we sold it in 3 days.
Wow. Great story, Bill. Love it.
So
Yeah.
again, the lead came in through Mike's Deal Machine. And it's kind of funny because the lead came in as being a mortgage modification. And when my partner called on it, she goes, no, I didn't modify my loan. I actually just took out a new construction loan. But he kept talking to her and kept on going with it. And that's how we got the appointment, and that's how we got the deal. So even though it wasn't a loan modification lead, it was a lead with a motivated seller. And her motivation was, I'm in my 70s. COVID's running rampant right now. I don't want strangers in my house. I have cats. One of the cats' names was Willie Nelson. And, if a realtor comes in when I'm not home and opens that door and Willie Nelson takes off, he goes, I would probably kill myself. So I'm not even going to go there. So we met. We literally got it under contract while we're sitting there at our kitchen table. And again, just listen to people, talk to them. What do you need? Well, okay, I understand you want to sell it to me and have me rent it back to you, but why don't we just set the closing date out and we can figure that part out? We'll definitely close it, before you need the cash out of here to be able to pay for your new house. Maybe we don't need to lease it back to you at all, but if we do, we'll definitely do that. And there you go. And that's how we ended up getting the deal. So would you rather have $1,100 to lock in a house for going on a year to make $60,000, or would you rather go and borrow money and have to collect rent to pay a loan? And what lender who's going to lend you? All my private lenders are all short term. Nobody's going to lend me money for a year without charging me extra points and everything. So it was the perfect storm, right? And again, it's just being creative and just giving the seller what they were looking for. I still solved her problem, but it was only going to cost me $1,100, and with my partner, it's actually only $550 of my money. So
Great Good stuff. Great story, Bill. Yeah, good. I mean, great example again of the creative financing and deal structuring and really working out a deal so that it meets the
I'll tell you
lead.
the last part of it. We gave her the $30,000 increase, but she took that $30,000 as a second lien position, no interest loan. She didn't get the $30,000 until we flipped the house.
Mhm.
So I still bought it for $292, which is what I had set up my private lender for, and she financed her own $30,000 at no interest, no payments, and waited for the $30,000 until we flipped the house, which only took, from the time we listed it till the time we closed it, like 4 or 5 weeks. So add that on top of it, guys. I didn't even give her the $30,000 when we bought the house. She waited for it.
Nice. Very nice. Well, great, good stuff, Bill. Great to see you again, as always. Thanks again for showing up. Thanks again for your partnership and for everything you've done for the team. You have no idea how much I really appreciate everything from you. So, guys, say goodbye to Bill. Thanks again, Bill. And let's get on to Amber and Janae. Guys, Amber and Janae, collectively known as Jamber. So
What?
you
Hello?
guys are on. Hey guys, good to see you.
We feel like we kind of need to put some music on and dance a bit, but
Oh, you missed the music. The music was on earlier. Cool.
it was good. It was good. We were
Good to
listening.
see you. Good to see you guys. So, so you guys, I tell everybody, you guys are basically partners number 1 and 2. You guys were the first people on the platform, right? I remember when it was just the 3 of us and D really just working together so early on. And I don't know if you were here for the history lesson, but
We were.
you guys came in and were like rolled the dice with me and took a chance on all this, right? Like early in 2019, just barely starting, right? And I remember like we had met when we were talking seriously about this at like a big dog event over at the hotel over there at one point. I think that was kind of like the okay, we're gonna do this now kind of thing, kind of inflection point. And I think it was even Amber that had coined the machine name at some point too, right?
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
It was. First
So yeah. So it's been great having you guys. I talk about you guys at least twice a week in our webinars and info sessions and tell everybody that I haven't done the exact math, but it's over $500,000 in profit and deals that we've done together, like between us and the extended kind of partners that you guys have brought along, right? Which is amazing. And what I tell people too, and what I love about you guys is that you guys can close anything, right? Like I tell people, and this is similar to what Bill says as well, like you've got to follow up and stick with it. And I think that you guys have become famous, at least for me, have become famous for just like sitting there and hacking away at a deal for 6 months or 9 months and then making like a couple of $100,000 off of it in the meantime, but solving the 10 errors and 15 liens issues and all the mess that comes with deals that like nobody else wants to work on. You guys do it, right? And and you guys look fabulous doing it too, right? And every once in a while we get a sample of Amber's potty mouth, right? Which is see. So,
I had to throw that in there just to prove you right.
so why don't you guys so I appreciate you guys having been on the platform and sticking it out for so long too. Like there were points where I would have given up on this whole crazy thing if it wasn't for you guys, right? So you guys really, like along with Bill and some other key partners, have really helped keep this whole thing going, and I really appreciate it. So why don't you take a few minutes and tell us about what you like working, like what you like best about working with the team, and then tell us about kind of like your top piece of advice for big dogs.
Perfect. Well, I think just going back to Bill, as he was talking about when you guys sat down to discuss what you wanted and what you needed, you know, to maybe make this thing happen, and what you needed were closers for you. So I remember when we had that very first conversation about what you were looking for and why we might be a good fit for that. And it's definitely been a road. It's definitely been fun for us to learn and grow and watch this platform just continue to just get better and better. I think one of the things that I appreciate most from the machine is actually meeting and working with some of the other big dogs, the maybe less experienced big dogs, or people just coming in that need some help and need guidance. And so I think that's really fun for me. And honestly, some of our best deals, dollar-wise, have come from those partnerships, and we'll talk about that, I think, on one of the next two slides. So that the machine itself is just incredible, and I think you guys have dialed into a lot of that information. And I don't know that we need to.
Well, I want to speak to that, because that's the main thing that I love about this. Aside from you, Mike, you pony boy, ponytail, beautiful. Can you guys picture him with a ponytail in the back? I want everybody just to stop for a moment and try to picture that. So yeah, love you. Besides our love for you, or for me anyway, my most favorite thing about the platform is that I don't have to do any of this stuff, because I'm not a techie person. And we told Mike in the beginning, like, this is a match made in heaven, because we don't want to put this thing together, but we know we need it. So you go ahead and do that, and then we'll work it. And so, and it's, you know, from what it was in the very beginning, you know, it just keeps growing. And I'm jealous of Mike. I wish I had those skills, because it's an amazing thing that he's put together. And yeah, it's, you know, everything you need is there. And then he just keeps adding more stuff. You know, it's like, man, I wish we had this. And you turn around and the next week Mike's like, and oh, we're adding this to the system. You know, so it's if you can't find and close a deal with this system, you're going to be hard pressed to find and close a deal at all, because I mean, there's everything that you need is here, complete, with somebody to hold your hand, with a number of people that know what they're doing to hold your hand to do it. So I just thought it was such a great fit for us, because there's a lot of, like Mike was saying, like, go price out those things. They're expensive to piece out, and then you gotta put them into a CRM, and then you gotta get the phone line, and then all the little pieces that go into the background of this that you may or may not be aware of, but it's just done for you. And it's like, here it is. So
It's laid out nicely.
yeah, that's my favorite thing.
All right. I think.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can move on to just our, you know, kind of our little stories, and we're going to try to keep them a little bit short. This one was kind of a fun deal. This was actually one that we got from, and Amber's probably remember this better than me, got from the machine.
Mhm.
And we got this, and the seller that we were dealing with had left his house in the ice storm, and it had flooded, and he hadn't gone back for months and months and months. Later, we realized when we got to the house, actually had our eyes on it, we realized that there had been water problems and leaks in this house for years.
This is a very clean picture.
Yeah, it was. I put some other pictures in, but they didn't make the slide deck. So there were black mold coming down from the roof that had come. The water damage was so bad in some areas of the house that it had made holes through the wood floor, and had gone down from the roof to the bottom floor. So there was 2 levels of damage that had happened. So it was in really bad shape. We weren't sure what we could do with this, and we were able to, after dealing with this man who at one point texted us and said, hey, you guys have been great to work with. However, I think I'm going to go a different direction. And we had worked with him and kind of gotten a commitment from him. And Amber kind of creatively lost her mind on that one and sent a text.
We were in South Padre.
That's true.
And we get this text. Oh, I got an offer for, it was like, I don't know, $2,000 more or something. And we had been working this guy. We took him out to lunch. Oh man. And I was like, oh no, you are not breaking up with me via text, because he sent us a text. That's exactly what I said to him. I was like, you are not breaking up with me over text. We are going to have a conversation, and you are giving me a chance to counter, and we're buying your house. And I guess he responded to that well.
Yes, he did. He laughed and thought it was funny that Amber called him out for breaking up over text, and we ended up with the deal. We found, just because of the group of the big dogs, we found some other big dogs that were wanting it as a homestead. So they were able to take that on and are currently living there.
Yeah.
We made a great wholesale on that. It was 117 on that particular one. So yay, we win.
And I want to give a shout out to Dave and Sandy. A lot of you have probably heard their names. This house, this guy wanted to negotiate part of his insurance settlement into the deal. And so, you know, we went back and forth with him for a while as to what that was actually going to be. And he was being kind of squirrely as to what information he was willing to divulge on the insurance claim. But with the help of Dave and Sandy, you know, we were able to, who we had a previous relationship with, but they were able to come in and kind of guide us through navigating that situation with him. And at the end of the day, we finally just said, you know, we're just going to let you have your insurance claim, and this is our offer. And, you know, everybody came out happy in the end. But that was kind of the trick to that one, because this guy was trying to weave some kind of web with his insurance policy. But we were able to, you know, there's big dogs all around you. We were able to contact Dave and Sandy, and they helped us navigate that. And we made, you know, we didn't do anything to this house. Once we, you know, after I think it was probably a 4-month process to actually get him under contract and close. But once we did, we didn't touch, well, actually, no, we did. We spent, I think, $500 or $600 to repair a pipe.
Yeah.
And then we sold it and made 117K. So that was real nice, real nice.
Nice.
Like
Very nice. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
And love the, you know, like the creative approach to getting dumped over text, right? I remember you guys telling me about this too. I thought that was great. That was great. And sometimes you just got to take a chance like that, right? So
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then one other really quick story. We had another.
If y'all want to go to the next slide,
there you go. We were brought into this deal from another agent on Mike's platform. And this was probably the most, with the many moving pieces, this was the most moving pieces we've ever had in a property. It took us almost a year to get through this. And that was after we got the contract with the family. So there were.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm famous for this. This number on the slide is wrong.
Oh, well, that would be because I gave them the number.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a 217K wholesale. Just FYI, I don't know why. I mean, it happens. It happens. You know, you transcribe numbers, but I'm like, wait. I was like, hold on, no, we didn't. She's talking. Blah blah blah. This is a 217K wholesale deal. Janae,
my bad.
All the numbers are there. They're just in the wrong place.
So
that's why I'm in charge of the numbers.
That's why she's in charge of the numbers. So this deal, we got under contract pretty quickly with the family. We got them. They liked us. They liked what we had to say. They enjoyed part. Thank you, whoever's fixing that for me. They liked us. We also told them that if there was anybody who could get this deal done and get them out of this mess, we were the ones that could do that. And
that we weren't sure if we could, but
we were going to try our damnedest to do it.
Can I tell them why we weren't sure?
Go ahead.
So this house, the pool, the condition of the pool that you see there, just take that and apply it to the inside of every room of the house. That seemed like there was a septic tank that exploded in one of the bathrooms. Super nasty, but in a very nice neighborhood on like an acre and a quarter. But this house had been in foreclosure for a while. It was about 200K underwater, and it had about $200,000, give or take, worth of tax liens. And yeah, we made 217 off of this. I mean, I think part of it was luck, but part of it was like, okay, you know, we worked with this family, and Janae is the fluffy one of the two of us. And I'm like, here's, you know, let's get to the point. Here's the numbers. And Janae fluffed the bank. I mean, she must have, I think she might be dating somebody at the mortgage company still. Did that ever?
Oh, no.
Anyway, she fluffed the bank, and we were able to find out that, and we ended up doing a short sale on this. And the short sale was, like I said, like over right around 300K less than what was owed on the house. And, you know, it's kind of ballsy, but with her fluffiness and with the bank, and, you know, we did some other things. We went in and we made sure that when the appraiser came to look at the house, that they were privy to
All of
I mean, it's hard to
nastiness.
miss, but like some of the rooms they had blocked off. Like I didn't even see some of the rooms for 2 or 3 visits. So, you know, we just went in and tried to fluff up these numbers as much as we could, and just took a swing at it. And the bank said yes on the wholesale. And then we had to clear up some airship issues.
Airship and tax liens.
Yeah.
It was definitely a property that a number of times, and Amber probably could tell you the number because she's a number person, that we would call the family and say, we have done absolutely everything that we know how to do. We are going to, we're going to have to call this, we're going to just, we can't do anything. You're going to lose, you know, you're going to lose it. We called them the week of Thanksgiving and told them that we had tried everything that we knew how to do, and we were going to have to, we were done. There wasn't anything else we could do. That was on a Tuesday, and about 20 minutes after we had that call, we got an email from Alan Sheshker's office saying that some of the things that we were waiting for to clear had actually cleared. And all of a sudden it was, wow, we now have to stop a foreclosure in December so they don't lose the house, to see if we can do a short sale. So that's when we, you know, when I started jumping up and down, and when they say you can stop, you know, stop a foreclosure by jumping up and down and standing on your heads and begging and pleading. That was what I did with the bank, to get them to give us another month to try to get the paperwork finished after we were able to clear some of that up. It was just, and it was one thing after another to get this done. But again, stay with it, right, guys? I think one of my best tips is follow up, but yes, stay with it. Don't give up just because it's hard, and just because it seems impossible, and just because you run into hiccups, because every property that you work on will have those. They're going to have hard things. They're going to have bumps that come up, and just know that this is not, it's not really an easy job. It's a ton of fun, and the payoff on the other side is fantastic.
Especially when it's 217K.
And there are people around you, whether, you know, they're big dogs or they're people that are on Mike's team that can help write the contracts and help with DocuSigns and help with all of the little nuances that come with these properties. You know, that's why you're on the platform, or want to be on this platform, is because those things are there for you. So that's my tips, tricks.
Yeah, your tips and tricks.
Well, you guys are awesome. You guys are great. And this is great. Go ahead, Amber. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we're off to Croatia tomorrow, so we're hoping to close something while we're gone. We usually do, so we'll see what happens.
Nice. Nice. Very good. Well, send us pictures, guys. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
everything. Right. I
No,
really,
thanks,
really
Mike.
appreciate you guys have been great, great. Love having you guys on the platform. And thanks for all the great tips as well. And good
Yeah, I
stories.
do want to say one more thing. You don't have to bring us the most impossible leads if you want to work with us. Also, we like fat, juicy, easy ones too. So
Yeah, those work.
I'm just gonna
also.
call that into our lives. So
Nice. All right, guys. Great to see you. Thank you so much. Good. Have a good trip. Call me when you get back. Send me
Yep.
pictures.
Deal. Thank you.
All right, Amber Janae. Great to see you guys. All right, and we have Michael Jeftis from Briarcourt up next. Is Michael on?
I am. Hello, everyone.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Is my video not working?
No, your video's working. There you are. I can
Oh.
see you now.
Good. I was going to say, I actually shaved for this.
Cool. I did too, actually, but awesome. Excellent. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Crazy busy. Just closed 4 more deals in the last several days, actually.
Damn. Nice.
So yeah, just working it.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Very good. So I've been going kind of over a little bit of past history with with everybody on the platform, and I forget exactly when it was when you joined the team, but I think it was back in like it might have been earlier mid 2020 when we
I
were
think
just getting started, right?
Yeah, we were. So for those who don't know, my business partner is Coach Chris Alcido. He's been in the industry 35 years, and of course, the numbers queen, my wife, who's sitting over here to my right, Julie, who's a 19-year certified ARV appraiser. We got on with you like I think we're the first ones that supported you, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were like pretty much right there from the beginning.
Yeah.
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 Yep, exactly. Exactly.
And I have a number that I'm sorry, we've been so busy with deals. I did not have a chance to really work on slides, and I have a good reason why. Because if the deal that we got under assignment today closes in the next week and a half, we will be this is not my personal take. This is what we've made us and our partners so far this year. Prior to July 4th, we're coming up on $1 million.
Damn. Nice.
And guys, we don't sit here, we don't brag. We're all about having fun, making lots of money with integrity. I do all the classes I do for free. We share everything we do. We have everything in the open and honest. And I'm just going to be honest with you that there's no other team that brings the experience between Chris Alcido, my 30 years of sales and marketing experience. I got a buyer's list over 30,000 people now. We've surpassed 30,000 people. And Julie's expertise. So we really want to help you learn and make money and do what you need to do on this so that we can all meet in our Ferraris for iced coffee someday.
Definitely we need to do that for sure. For sure. Yeah, great stuff and great milestone, Michael. It's really excellent, and love having you guys on the platform too, right? You've been a tremendous help. Not only to, just me, as far as us talking about ideas and going through certain scenarios and dealing with things, but, to the big dogs that are on the platform that have been coming in and bringing you deals and seeking advice and stuff like that as well. So really appreciate all that.
Mike, and I know you share the same thing. Our reputation is worth more to us than any one deal. And we truly believe that. It's funny, the person who just signed our assignment today, they had signed a previous assignment with us, and the seller, and there ended up being a problem with the seller and all that stuff. And without her, we sent her back even though it was a non-refundable, we sent her back her $5,000 within the same day, no problem, no questions asked. Here you go. And she had no problem signing another assignment with us today, guys. And that's what you need to work on in this business is your reputation, because it's a small world. And partnering with somebody like Mike is awesome. I wish we had the lead source when we first joined. I mean, we've been Big Dogs almost 6 years now. I wish we had something like this when we first started. It would have made life a lot easier. But guys, do it right. And being part of this platform is the right way.
Thanks, Michael. I really, really appreciate it. And, I do point out to, to folks as well. I mean, I talk about you and Chris twice a week, every week in our info sessions, and tell everybody about your massive buyers list, and, also about like what you really, really bring to, to Big Dogs and to this platform. And what I appreciate most about you and Chris is rock solid integrity and
Yeah.
ethics, right? I mean, you're, a very straight shooter, and I know that I don't have to worry about, doing a bad deal or anything when I'm working with you, and that you're also gonna really have our back and make
Yep.
sure that we're doing things the right way and the legal way, and
Yep.
not be doing sketchy things.
Guys, this
Which-
isn't fun and games. This can get into a lot of trouble doing this if you're not careful. And it's interesting because I hear everybody say they want to do fix and flips. Guys, we love fix and flips. We do. I have Airbnbs and rentals. But like, we just made another Big Dog on her first lead ever, and you saw this posted. We made her $100,000 last week. It was another Big Dog. He brought his first real lead ever to me. It was $1 million deal, $80,000 on his first deal, and that's a perfect example of in that $80,000 one that was $1 million house. We initially were going to fix and flip it, but we ran the numbers and we looked at it hard. And that's where Julie, with her expertise as an ARV appraiser, and then Chris Cito with his 35 years in the business. And you know what? We ended up making more on the assignment than the person who bought it and is going to fix and flip it. And oh, by the way, is now dealing with interest rates that are through the roof when he tries to sell it. So guys, don't get sucked into the sexiness of fix and flip. You got to look at all your exit strategies, all of them, and find the smartest one for that deal.
Yep. Great advice, Michael. I love it.
And you know that when the going gets tough, there's nobody better to have your back.
Then Boston Michael.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I love it. Michael and I, guys, we talk about that and joke about that all the time. Definitely you want to have somebody in your corner when stuff goes south and gets difficult and tough. When you have crazy sellers doing sketchy things, or title offices working around your MOC, which is one fun thing that Michael.
Yeah, guys, we're actually suing a title office. I mean, how many people can say they're suing a title office? Yeah. I was dealing with the head macho attorney bigwig the other day, and he's like, I dare you to sue me. Go sue me and go sue my client. So you know what we did? We're suing them. And it's fun.
He dared you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good stuff. Another great story that we're going to be able to tell. I can't wait to get that one done. That's going to be fun.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
another story that only we have and nobody else has.
Exactly. Yep. Well, Michael, is great having you. Great to see you. You have any last...
guys, please check out whiteglove360.com. That brings you to the special Big Dog only page. Our white glove services that you get as being part of Mike's platform and all that stuff. And look, guys, who you work with is really important. And you got to make sure you find the people that you click with, that you like, that can really serve you well. I would just say that, I'll never speak ill of anybody else, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say once again that we truly believe that there's nobody else with the skill set, the experience, and the type of people on our team that anyone else has. And we got the numbers to back that up.
Absolutely. Good stuff, guys. And for those of you who are on the Deal Doer Machine platform, guys, there's a really, really easy way to partner up with Michael and Chris. We have action plans that partner with Briarcourt. Action Plan is right there at the top of our action plan list. So really make it so simple to partner up with those guys. So just for you guys who are on the Deal Doer Machine platform, keep that in mind.
Yeah, and sorry Chris couldn't make it. He's actually running the 7 o'clock call as a coach right now.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. No problem. Well, we got you in for a few minutes, so that's good. Well, it's good to
All
see
right,
you.
guys.
It's good to see you again, buddy.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, guys, that was Michael Jeftis from Briarcourt Homes, and now we have Rosie Hayer. Rosie, are you online?
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good, good, very good, very good. Do I need to make you a co-host
Yeah,
here?
if
You have
we-
some stuff. You have some stuff to share for us, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I prepared a slideshow so we talk and utilize the time effectively. So, but if you give me the screen share, I can do it and flow through it quickly.
Okay, I just made you a co-host, so go for it.
All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. Perfect. All right. Cool. How are you doing, Mike?
Good, good, doing good, doing good. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. Spent a lot of time getting ready for this
Okay.
today too, but it's going well. It's going really well.
Awesome. Well, thank you for getting everybody together. It was fantastic listening to all the people who just came in. Bill Busick, Amber Janae, I was listening in. So guys, you guys probably already know me. I'm Rosie Hayer. Most people meet me at the Big Dog Meetup saying, hey, I have read your post. So I'm known by my Monday Journal post a lot. And now, we probably have met when Mike started his journey. And in last 2 years, a lot of things have happened, a lot of transitions have happened, and market has changed. You know, a lot of things popped up 2 years ago after COVID happened, and a lot of things are changing as we are entering the high mortgage rates. So today I want to kind of share a little journey. I want you all to know I'm as human as you guys are. We all have the same problems, same journeys. So I would love to share a little story of how I got started, what we have to offer here, and how are you guys going to do business with me. So to get started, my little story, I got a family, I'm married, I have a son, he's 12 years old. My husband and I, we've been married for 17 years, but working together for 15 years. It's a joke in our family. We work together much better. And so hence we end up doing a lot of business. Our son is 12, Virginia, decided to go to college, passed a test. That has been a highlight of my year so far. And I'm personally an active investor with my husband. We do a lot of fix and flip projects, assignments, wholesale. Mainly, we solve problems. We solve problems with title, lien issues, or any creative strategies, primarily to maximize the profit. We also run a full retail Rivet real estate team who specializes in helping people buy and sell real estate and invest in real estate. So if you all know, want to know where my experience comes from, it came from serving over 1,500 families face-to-face in last decade. By meeting these many people, by talking to these many people, you naturally get this experience in your DNA where you understand what's a good deal versus what's a bad deal. Now, when you guys are starting and oftentimes beginning your investor journey, right? We all have a very similar story. Who do I call? Who do I reach out to? What are the leads, right? And I remember having one-on-one consultation calls with a lot of y'all, and the conversation often begins like, okay, so do I text them or do I call them, right? And in that moment, I often find myself looking at people and say, I wish you just had a call with Mike. You know, because Mike could solve so many of things for you, and you and I can actually talk about a deal, right? Being in business myself, my husband and I built our business on prospecting, and he literally picked up the phone and called the whole city to get the leads, right? So we understand the complexity and the leverage you need when you are starting your investor business. Mike's team clearly scrubs all the list, uploads all the list, CRM's ready to go, so you can do your one thing. And that's what I'm a big fan of. So don't spread yourself thin. When you get that signed contract and you have called the lead, you're probably gonna think, hey, how much am I gonna make? What are my numbers? right? Like, what is my closing cost? What's my carrying cost? What's my remodel? So let's do the math together. But after evaluating over 1,500 CMAs, one thing you want to ask yourself, am I evaluating this deal on anecdotal CMA information from Zillow or Realist or tax records? Or am I doing a professional market analysis? What is your exit strategy? Like, as every other partner on the team has mentioned, there's no one way of doing a deal. You got to lay it all out and grab the highest profitability in the least amount of time. And most importantly, with least amount of hassle. Because once you get sucked into a deal, you're almost married to it. Once you have that closing with that your lender, you're married to that house, right? The only way to get your equity out or profit out is to transact again. So that is your chance to grab every penny you deserve out of the house. So we can do the math together and we can look at the analysis to make sure you're not just giving away your property, okay? Now, it's a lot of market analysis. Why I say that? Because every market, every zip code is different, and our stock market, our mortgage rates have a lot to do with how market performs. My team in retail real estate transacts over 75 to 100 units a year. I'm a very active participant of my real estate business. The reason I say that is, like, in today's market, we had this property that we listed and sold after mortgage rates went high. Like, we all cannot deny it, as everybody is coming from that era of last 2 years where we're just going under contract and listing without fixing and flipping. You guys saw how much momentum everybody had, just like us, right? But in this month, right, in month of May and June, how is market performing in different zip codes? When interest rates are going up, are we still getting multiple offers, or are we keeping our blinders on, right? This property I want to talk about, it was in Round Rock ISD, Westwood High School, prime location, prime schools, prime everything, right? And everybody would be like, well, 40 offers, 30 offers, multiple offers, went this much above asking, that much above asking. Let me cut it clear for you guys. This property got 16 showings in 5 days. And you know how many offers I had? 1 offer. On contrast, in last 2 years, I'm used to getting 30, 40, 20, 10, 5 offers. But out of all those offers, the top 3 or 4 were the best ones. So here, when I got that 1 offer, I had a huge problem to solve. How do I go from 775 to 850? How do we leverage no other offer to get the most out of first offer? Well, that's where the skill and negotiations and market knowledge will play a big role. We were able to leverage the showings and market activity and inventory to encourage the buyer to give the best and final price and avoid the weekend traffic and open house. Trust me, how you position your property and how you present to the end buyer who's buying and making an offer on your listing has a huge impact on how much money you will walk away with. Okay, how much confidence and conviction do you have in the data you're presenting? I'm a student for life, and I had a huge pleasure of going with Shana on one of these applied behavior trainings. And I'm a student of negotiations every single day. I wake up in the morning thinking, how can I make more money out of the opportunities that we already have on hand? If your one conversation can position you in a way where you can walk away with $75,000 more and not fear, oh my God, I'm not going to negotiate with this. What if this offer walks away? I got nothing. But when you're backed by knowledge and you have skill in hand, it's easy. It's effortless, okay? Now, deals are everywhere, so keep an open mind. This is the myth I want to bust today. A lot of people think the only way to go after a deal is to go to an auction or go to a foreclosure. If you look at Mike's business, he has established calling list in almost every stage of the lead. Right? Appointment of substitute trustee, divorce list, probate list, senior list, expired list for sale by owners. So today I'm going to share with you some hands-on example of how we have made money from places where people don't even turn their head to, right? So this property right here, well, I missed it. Mike's deal is actually first. We're going to talk about the deal Mike and us just did. This property, guys, we didn't even swing a hammer. Mike, can you back me up on that? Did you swing any hammer?
Nope, we did nothing to this property.
We only connected utilities and we just sat and strategized, okay? The strategy was, can we flip this deal? And guess what, guys? We were well capable of flipping the deal. All the resources are there, money is there. I'm sure many people are ready to partner up on that. But before, we were going to go down the route of making the same profit 3-4 months down the road and end up in today's day where mortgage rates have gone up. I don't think 100K would have been the number then. In that moment, Mike and I got to work. We started looking around and discussing what would be the best strategy to sell this property for the top market value as is. Guys, now get ready for this. We wholesale deals, we assign deals, we go on MLS, we fix and flip, we do all of that. But did you guys ever think about the thousands of realtors walking around with well-qualified buyers with cash and financing ready to buy your property? How desperate they are, how tired they are from writing multiple offers for their buyers and losing again and again and again. And when you put a nice property, no compete, first come, first serve, you got the first shot at giving me the best offer. Guys, what happens? You know what happens? You end up writing an all cash deal where you don't pay any title fees, you don't pay no surveys, you don't pay no agent fee, you don't clean up, you sell as is, and walk away with 100K gross profit, right? I just wanted to bring a little bit of a different angle from everybody else, right? Like everybody going on wholesale assignments, always consider it before you stick your hand in fix and flip, because fix and flip is always not the solution, right? But if it is, compare, where is market headed, right? If you can count me on anything, I love data and I love reading patterns. That's something I am obsessed with. So, and I just want to kind of share with you what is MLS has done for us, right? Now, this is a deal that we grabbed right off MLS. We all run away from it. I run away from it too. I go to MLS to sell, not to buy. But what is it? Keep an open mind, right? Everything we know got us here. What I don't know will get me where I want to, right? With other people. Now, imagine this. This property was sitting on MLS. I don't know how many cars were here and the driveway to be hauled off, right? And this listing, Roger calls it brother-in-law listing. When you guys meet him at the next meetup, ask him why he came up with that name. But in my opinion, what he told me, Rosie, brother-in-law listings are the listings that are listed by the realtors who just got licensed. They have no idea what the market evaluation looked like, no experience under the belt. And they have a family member who says, you know what? I'm done with this house, has been sitting empty for 2 years, just put it on the market and just sell it. I'm not moving a finger to sell this property. And the new realtor is like, yeah, well, what price you want me to list it at? Whatever price they come up with. No strategy, no execution, no analysis. Guess what do? What did I do? I watch days on the market. I watch the lead. I track the lead. I get behind them. And then what did we do? We simply gave them an offer that we thought was the right offer to make, right? It's a 1,200 square footage home in the hottest South Austin neighborhood, right off of Mopac. And we bought it at $320 effortlessly, no kicking, screaming. There were other offers. And guess what, guys? There was an offer at $336, $340. The seller didn't take it for many reasons other partners have discussed and many more that you can ping me for. How to negotiate a deal out of a deal? I'm here for that. Now, we fixed and flipped, did the work we were supposed to do, and guess what? We turned it around and made it pretty. Here's the key. We never over-improve and under-improve the real estate. Why? Because I see too many people over-improve in bad neighborhoods and way under-improve in great neighborhoods. You gotta know what your neighborhood wants, right? So what I do is I go around and look at the pattern. What's being accepted faster? What do people appreciate? I realized having a back office, which I didn't have much space to give you more pictures, but you see there's a back office in here. We made a back office, decked it out, sold it at $525, net profit $107. Off MLS, where nobody's looking. So that's why I'm saying, guys, everything is a deal. You have a problem and you have a person. Solve the problem for that person, you got a deal, right? Now, you're probably wondering, you know, why would I go on MLS? MLS is so expensive, people are overpriced. Well, you don't have to buy it at the asking price. Offer what you think is the right price to offer. And mind you, foreclosure properties are listed on MLS all the time. Check it. Go down the list and check how many properties actually go on MLS. Next, Ideal partner. Why are we here, right? Like, who is your ideal partner? Guys, it can be a big price to pay if you don't have one. You can be sitting all by yourself, thinking about all the things all by yourself and not knowing where to go next. But if you find one right conversation to have with someone, I personally had a recent success story. One person that I found from this network ended up doing 16 deals with me in 12 months. 16 transactions in 12 months. So I'm here today to find my next long-term partner like that. I want to know who is willing to build a long-term relationship, somebody who's wanting to maximize their deal with creative strategy. I mean, like, you don't want to give them a deal away. You want to think and think it through and make sure you are grabbing every profit you deserve out of it. Who is needing a private lender? Through all the work we have done and all the volume of work we are doing with our lenders, we have established a private lender where lending is available in 24 hours. No credit check, no background check, no appraisal, nothing. Just our name on the contract, and he trusts us. Okay, buyer and seller referrals, mailbox money. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much mailbox money we sent away. We sent away around 19 transactions the very first year we had relationship with Mike in terms of buyer and seller referrals, where people were just like, hey, I got a tenant. He's moving out of the house. He needs to buy a home. Rosie, can you help them? It took me a year to convert, but Brian Codington, his tenant, bought a home and he got a mailbox check. And many of you got that because everybody is not wanting to sell the transaction to an investor, right? They don't have any pain. They would much rather go on the market and sell it for the top market value. Don't leave that money on table. It's yours. Grab it. Also, with the projects growing, if you want to learn and earn, we got plenty of work for you all to do. Connect with me and I'm happy to share some of the work we have, and you can definitely get paid along the way. So don't get stuck. Get your lead under contract. Bring the lead to me well qualified. Make sure you understand who's the owner, what square footage is. Do the fundamental search on it. So when you and I get on the phone, we're strategizing. We're deciding our next step to maximize the deal together. Okay? Now, guys, here's what I want to leave you all with. I'm personally an investor just like you, and I'm always looking for an opportunity to make a deal. So no deal is too big or too small. If you need a brain to think and you want to have that black card in your pocket where you want to walk around feeling you got all the experience and all the lending and all the leverage, call me and we can have a great conversation on how your next deal can be benefited. All right, that's all, Mike. I hope this was fun. I tried my best to keep it short, simple, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to entertain. Thank you, Mike.
That was perfect. Perfect, Rosie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great stuff. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think yeah, that deal in Taylor was great. And you know, guys, this is one of the things too, right? About having a partner, right? And somebody to strategize and brainstorm with as well, right? Like if I had tried to do that Taylor deal by myself, I probably would have made maybe not the best decision. And with Rosie there as a partner, it was not only like really good to have somebody there to bounce ideas off of and to make a joint decision on it, but it just becomes more fun that way too, right? I mean, just
Yeah.
going through and having the conversation and everything, and you know, brainstorming about, okay, let's try Open Door, let's try, you know, somebody else, or who do you know that can, you know, all these kinds of things, and then figuring out just the quick funding strategy that we had to get through, and then making the decision of, do we even clean this thing out?
Oh
Or,
yeah, just
you know,
Mike, how many times did we visit that property?
yeah, what, like once, twice, maybe?
Once together and maybe once by ourselves on our own, right?
Yeah.
And like from end to end, our tenant stayed in the property, right? And they reimbursed us for all the utilities and stuff. And the remaining, I think it was barely 30 days past the move out. 4 weeks, guys, closed and funded to the end buyer. And how it worked great was Mike brought an offer from Open Door. We looked at it. We understand Open Door's pattern, what they're capable of doing, what kind of negotiations they're going to be doing. We tried some resources, but that gave us a leverage. Guys, your end buyer doesn't have to know if you have a solid offer or just interest in the property, okay? It's how you present yourself. You know, it's your property. You have a responsibility to grab your equity out of it, right? You worked hard for it. So we didn't give in. We're like, okay, well, that's what they are. And we took it and created another competitive party, started negotiating with them. and made sure that offer looked cleaner than the ones we have. And one by one, 2 minds are better than one, guys. By yourself, you might feel like you're going down a wrong road and you might get discouraged and you might get fearful. But when you have 2 meeting of minds and you have confidence that somebody else is there with you, it's amazing. I wouldn't have been able to do 16 deals if I didn't have partners. And guys, I could have done each one of the deals by myself. There's no joy in it. There's no fun in it. How many times can you eat a pie alone? You're going to get diabetes. Right? Share the pie, have fun, put some whipped cream on it, put some cherry on it, enjoy yourself, and move on to the next one, right? Let somebody else bring a pie this time. So that's called bringing deals to each other. So I hope y'all had fun. I look forward to see y'all on the other side. And may you all find your very first 100,000 deal as quickly as possible. You all deserve it. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Again, love having you on the platform. Appreciate all of your support and everything. Good to see you again. All right, guys. So we're running a little bit behind. I just got a message from Sanjay. I don't know if Alex is on yet or not. Is Alex on? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Alex, I don't know if you have a little bit extra time, but Sanjay just messaged me and he's got to go pick up his daughter. So I don't know if we can let him jump in first. Do you have extra?
Yeah, that's fine.
You can? Okay.
Hey, Mike, actually let Alex go, and I should be back in 10 minutes or less. So let Alex go first and then I'll be back.
Okay, perfect.
That'll work out, actually.
Thanks, Sanjay. Thanks for being flexible. Cool. Hey, Alex, good to see you.
Likewise.
All right, guys. So, guys, we have Alex Grant from Cardone University. Alex, God, how long have we been working together now for?
Like a year and a half? I don't know. Something
like a year and a half or so? Yeah. Yeah. So everybody, so Alex and I, Alex was the one who signed me up and signed our team up for Cardone University. And for those of you who have attended the webinar for Deal Doer Machine, you guys have heard me talk about Cardone U, right? How it's a really amazing sales training platform. It's got something like 8,000 videos of Grant Cardone talking sales stuff, cold calls, handling objections, follow-up, all this really, really great material in one place on that platform. Really, really amazing. Well, Alex and I had conversations, and he's the one who got us signed up for that. But the cool thing is that we have Alex in our team meetings once a month too, giving us some great, really, really great mastermind sessions. Alex used to be a real estate investor here in Texas and closed, what was it, like $1 million in assignment fees in 1 year, I think, Alex, at one point.
Hurricane Harvey.
Is that what it was from? Yeah. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So we get not only do we have Cardone University on the Deal Doer Machine platform, guys, but we get to interact with Alex and get some great mastermind tips and techniques, and get an opportunity to chat with him once a month in our team meetings. So and Alex, one of the things that we're kind of just loving right now is what we're calling the magic script that you had provided to us the last, I don't know, it was last month or the month before. So that script that you had laid out for us, we're just like, everybody on the team is just eating that up right now.
Okay, love that.
Yeah. So we're practicing that in our biweekly cold call role plays now, and really enjoying it. But why don't you talk to us a little bit more about you and your background and what you've liked best about working with the Deal Doer Machine team, and if you've got any tips for the investors on the call.
Yeah, absolutely. So like Mike said, guys, I work for Grant Cardone. I'm one of his top sales guys. I've been with them for a little under 4 years. Before I worked for Grant, I was a real estate investor in Houston, Texas. Worked for a small house buying company. And I was there for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years or so. I ended up being the sales director, sales manager, whatever you want to call it. And I decided to kind of transition, leave real estate, come out to work for Grant. But real estate is the passion. I actually just flipped the house you see behind me. I'm in the office. So I bought a house in Miami and I flipped that recently. So that's kind of my background. As far as like the office goes, I most, if not all, of the real estate teams. I work heavily with EXP. I've got several of their top teams as well. I know that's not really the investment side, but same thing. And really what the reason I like working with Mike and the Deal Doer Machine is it allows me to kind of live vicariously through you guys, because real estate's my passion, right? You guys will see if you ever come to one of my Wednesday mastermind calls. I love it. I can't get enough of it. And I think the reason for that is you guys have such an incredible opportunity to help a lot of people. And I know it's been kind of weird the last couple of years, but as the previous speakers have alluded to, it's about to get interesting. We'll just say that. And fortunately, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad actors in y'all's industry. Okay, I'm not taking no cash offer from some sleazy investor, right? You guys have heard that kind of stuff before. Fortunately, you guys get to be in an environment around a bunch of other people that are always going to do the right thing and have the tools to do so. Okay, and you kind of have an opportunity to right the ship, if you will, on the investment side of real estate, because it kind of has a little bit of a negative connotation, right? So that's why I like doing it. I love solving problems for people. I love helping people. And I think there's an incredible opportunity for each and every person on this call to change not only their life, but a lot of other people's lives, kind of getting them out of really, really bad situations that frankly, a lot of people don't know how to figure out. So, and as far as working with Mike and the Deal Doer Machine, guys, I used to be an investor in Texas, and we've done, mastermind classes, and we had a coach and strategic partners and blah, 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 lunch and learns and yada, yada, yada. And I'll tell you right now, if I had access to all the tools in one spot like Mike has created, it would have been a game changer for me back in the day. Okay, like if I ever, heaven forbid, stop working for Grant and come back to Texas, I know where I'm going. All right, so just heads up, Mike.
Absolutely.
I can't speak highly enough of the package that you guys have put together here. Just Cardone University alone, guys, I could justify the cost of what you're going to pay Mike just by having access to training. Because here's the deal. Leads are great, and there's plenty of them. But what are you going to do once you get those leads? What are you doing to prepare yourself when you get that seller on the phone? What are you going to do when that seller says, I have a higher cash offer from somebody else? Or when they tell you they're not interested, or they're not going to sell their house for cash, or they're just going to list the property, or whatever the case may be. You've got to know what you're going to do in every single one of those situations. And that's part of what Mike is providing for you guys. He's giving you the answers, and he's doing it through Grant. I'm just a mouthpiece. Okay, I'm not the expert. I am simply modifying his content to fit what you guys are doing, because it's what I used to do. I used Cardone University back when I was in Texas, right? So I do want to share a quick little tip. Okay, Mike, check your phone real quick. You should have gotten a text message from me.
I see it. I got a video from you.
Go ahead and turn that up and show it to the crowd. Let's play it for everybody real quick.
All right, let me share it here. Let's see.
He didn't know I was going to do this, by the way, guys. I did
It's
this
okay.
like came on.
That's okay. We can wing it. We have the ability to adapt here.
I'll let Mike go ahead and figure that out. While he's doing that, guys, I'm just going to give you my number one follow-up tip. We had a couple speakers here. I think everybody mentioned it in some form or fashion. Follow-up is the holy grail to sales, right? Okay, 5 to 12 contacts to close a deal. I'll give you the number one tip that I used back when I was flipping houses. I'll give you the number one tip that I use when I'm at Grant Cardone's office. Okay, I'm going to use this phone right here. Everyone's got one. You're going to send a selfie video to sellers. A selfie video. You're going to turn your camera on. You're going to put it in selfie mode, and you're going to take a video, and it's going to sound something like this. Mike, this is Alex over at Deal Doer Machine. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you about your house at 123 Main Street. I reran the numbers after I got back to the office. I've got some new data, some new information. It's actually a better offer for you. Give me a call back as soon as you get this, and let's go over it. That's simple. I'm going to text that video directly to the seller.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mike.
Oh no, he dropped off. Oh, he was right in the middle of it. Oh no. All right, he'll dial back in. But guys, can you see my text message screen from him?
Yes.
Let me play. All right, let me play the video that he sent.
Mike, I'm here at the webinar. I think I'm up next. Anyway, man, looking forward to this. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so there's this video. Guys, to follow on with what he's saying, yes, he is a big proponent of sending selfie videos. This is a great technique to rekindle relationships with leads. If you're getting ghosted, if you're not hearing back from them, send them a selfie video, right? This is one of the #1 tips that Alex has given us, one of the #1 tips from Grant Cardone. If you're brave enough to try to do this, this stuff works, okay? Send a selfie video. You're doing a couple of things when you do that, right? You're getting in there and putting a face to a name, right? By sending a selfie video, they get to see you live talking on their phone, right? This is a great way to make you a real person, harder to ignore when you send that selfie video. Oh, and Alex is asking me what just happened. You just disappeared. And you dial back in. All right. Sorry, guys. Did he dial back in, Joe or D?
Hey, I don't know what just happened.
Oh, there he is. All right.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. Well, it looks like Mike's video pulled up. But anyway, guys, what did you guys last hear? That was weird.
Sorry. Yeah. I played the video for everybody while you were gone. So welcome back. All right.
All right.
So
long story short, guys, selfie videos. It's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be super uncomfortable. Okay, I promise you. Who has kids on the call? Anybody? Anybody have kids? Really? Nobody? Literally no one? All right, a handful of people. Good. If you don't know how to send a selfie video, talk to your kids. All right, I promise you they know how to do that stuff. If you could do one thing, like one thing, take one thing away from this call, send selfie videos. I promise you it's good for at least one deal a month. Here's the trick. You have to do it consistently. You have to. And no re-recording videos either. You're going to screw it up. Send it anyway. I promise you it's not going to blow the deal. Okay, I've sent selfie videos to mom and pop companies. I've sent selfie videos to Fortune 100 CEOs, and they respond. Here's why. Anybody ever make a ton of calls and they have trouble getting a hold of people because nobody picks up the phone anymore? Right? Yeah, guess what? You can ignore a phone call. You can ignore a text message. The email buried anyway, right? They're not going to respond to that. But guess what? You see a video message pop up on your phone, I promise you they're going to at least play the first 5 or 10 seconds. Guaranteed. Right? That's my one little sales nugget. Okay. Now, as far as the Deal Doer Machine stuff, like mentioned, okay, part of that training package, you get access to not just Cardone University, you get access to the corporate version of Cardone University. This is the whole enchilada. This is the package we sell to companies, okay, Fortune 500 companies. Okay, I've got companies on the same program that you guys have access to that are doing billions of dollars in revenue. Okay, you're not getting the individual version. Okay, you're getting the team version through Mike, and you are getting it at a way cheaper price, okay, than you could otherwise. You're paying less for the team version than you could go pay for the individual version if you got it through our site. So if anybody's thinking about doing that after I get off this phone call, bad move. Okay, Mike negotiated a deal. Okay, and guys, I know the assignment fees you guys are clipping off. Okay, it's not a lot of money. It's like if we get one deal, you're paid for, I don't know, 5 years of the Deal Doer Machine subscription. Okay, so anybody that thinks that this is a lot of money, I promise you it's not. You also get me once a month. I apologize in advance. If anybody's offended by anything, well, I'll let you guys talk to Mike about that. Okay.
That's the best part.
Well,
It is.
you know,
That time once a month is priceless, Alex. I know, I speak for everybody when I say we've learned a ton during those sessions and really enjoyed them.
good. Well, like I said, it's like one of my highlights of my month. Okay. I love doing them because I love real estate, and I think I know you guys get a lot out of them. And that's kind of my reward, right? Is seeing you guys succeed, right? And hearing people get their first deal, right? I love that stuff.
Yep, that makes it worthwhile. That's for sure. You know, and I remember, and I point out to folks too, like the other trick with the selfie video stuff that you taught us as well, right? Where you're actually giving them some free piece of information, some updated piece of information
Sure.
that they have to call you back to get, right?
Yeah.
You're giving them a reason to call you back during that, you know, when you do that selfie video, right? Whatever it is. Hey, I've got some updated information that I think I can get you a higher offer. Give me a call back. Or I just figured out what your next door neighbor sold their house for. Give me a call back. I'll tell you about it. All that kind of stuff plays into that selfie video thing as well. So I remember you talking to us about that. I think that's a great tip also.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we've got, I don't know, like, I guess we're not doing Q&A, right? This is not a Wednesday call.
No,
right?
no.
I'm so confused. I've got this whole habit, you know? So guys, as I mentioned before, you get unlimited access to Cardone University when you go through Mike. Don't call me up and try and go through the office or anything like that. I promise you, the deal that Mike has laid out, I forget the prices and stuff, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the price he's quoting you guys is, well, just about where you would, it's about what you would pay for Cardone University by itself, just so you guys know. So that's not counting all the other stuff that he's giving you. And you go through our website, you're on your own. It's correspondence, which means you don't get the what is the weekly practice calls that you guys have, and then you don't get the meetings with me once a month.
Exactly.
So,
well, good stuff, Alex. Good to see you again. I'll see you in a few weeks, actually, in Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. One more thing.
Yeah,
it says
go ahead.
Top piece of advice for all big dogs. Okay, top piece of advice. Okay, there's two things, and I tell this basically every Wednesday, every first Wednesday. Okay, two things if you're taking notes. Number one, consistency. Anything you want to improve on in life, you've got to be consistent with it. Okay, that could be a diet, that could be exercise, that could be relationships, that could be your career. What are you doing consistently to enrich this? What are you putting in your brain consistently to get better at your job? Okay, there's probably a lot of people on here that are getting their feet wet. They want to come in and they want to quit their 9. Okay, you've got to be consistent. I don't care if it's with Cardone University. I don't care if it's with stuff with Mike. It could be with anything. You have to be consistent, because it only takes 12 hours to get rusty. Okay, you don't have to train every day. You only have to train on the days you want to get better. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, okay, role play. You have to practice, because guess what? I know how it goes, guys. You're making 50 calls a day, and one seller might pick up if you're lucky. And you're not ready for it. Zombie dialing. You're just going through the motions. You're just waiting for the guy to pick up, and then all of a sudden they say hello and you stumble because you're not ready for it. You have to practice with each other. That's the power of this network. Okay, forget the draining, forget the leads, forget all the tools. Okay, it's the network to practice with each other, because here's the deal. If you're not practicing with each other, you're practicing on the customers, and it's costing you money every single day. You are stealing from yourself. You are stealing from your family. You are stealing from your financial freedom and your targets if you are not practicing every single day with somebody that doesn't cost you money. That is the power of this network. Role play, role play, role play. Professional athletes can warm up before every game, and every single person on this call, all 81 of you professionals, some of you are already there, okay? But for those of you that might not be and you're just starting out, you have to practice like a professional if you want to be one. There is no shortcut. And that might sound brutal. And Mike's created a wonderful environment that can fast track that success. You still have to put in the work. Consistency and role play. If you can do those two things, your life will change. Mike, that's all I got.
Great, great advice, Alex. Yeah, yeah. We started up a cold call role play group too, so we're doing that as well. But yeah, absolutely. Consistency and practice, guys. Really, really important. Alex, it's been great having you here tonight and helping us all this time with the platform too. I really, really appreciate your partnership and your friendship and all the words of wisdom that you've brought to the team. Great to see you again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks in Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not even going to plug that, man. I'll let them bother you about that one. If anybody wants more information, talk to Mike. He'll probably send you my way, but I'll let you take care of that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Well, you can if you want to. Well, yeah, sure. Take 30 seconds. Plug it. Go ahead.
All right, guys. July 8th through 10, Business Boot Camp, Grant Cardone, 3 days. Sales, marketing, leadership, and execution. Okay, that's more business acumen. Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, July 8th through 10. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 11th through the 13th, Grant's Real Estate Summit. He does this twice a year. That's it. Grant Cardone, all 3 days, live on stage. How did he go from $3,000 broke, life is a train wreck, to having $5 billion in assets under management? Okay, what kind of people you think are going to be in that room? Okay, we will have probably 25, $30 billion management, not including Grant, just in the room. Okay, 2 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Business Boot Camp. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Real Estate Summit. Okay, tickets are $997 each, $1,000, $2,000 for both tickets. However, okay, you can get both of them for $1,750. There's more. Mike has a special rate, okay, because I ran my mouth a little too much, okay, and told him $1,500, and then they told me it was $1,750, but I'm not going to go back on the deal. So guys, you have a rock bottom price for both tickets. Buy one, get one half off. It's $1,500. You cannot get that on the website. You can't get that anywhere else. The only people that are authorized to do that anymore are me, and it's only to you guys through Mike on Mike's little special. Okay, so guys, it's $1,500 for 6 days with Grant. Mike's been to these events. He's coming back again. I'll let him kind of speak to it, but it is unbelievable. Get around the right people and learn from a guy that's grown nothing to 5.5 billion. Now's your chance. July 8th through 13th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 6 days.
Great stuff, and thanks so much for that offer, Alex. It's going to be really great. We have several people from the team actually that are going to make their way out there now with me. So really looking forward to it. So great to see you again, and I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Have a good night.
Yep, likewise.
And guys, to take advantage of the offer Alex just talked about, $1,500 for both the 10X Business Boot Camp and the Real Estate Summit, 6 days in Miami. Just go ahead and email me, and I'll go ahead and point you to the right link. We've got a little sign up sheet and everything set up, and I'll take care of that for you. So. All right, we have our last special guest now before we wrap up the team. And guys, I know we're running a little bit over, so we'll try and get through this quickly. We have Sanjay on the line. Sanjay, are you there?
Hey, Mike. Yes, I am.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Great. So Sanjay, I think I started telling some folks that we got together. When was it? Back late last year, November, December, I think. And
Yeah, I think first we talked maybe like April, May or June of last year, and then it took off.
yeah, yeah. So guys, Sanjay has basically taken Deal Doer Machine from just like a little tiny idea that I had all the way through to we have a dozen people on the Deal Doer Machine commercial platform now and are a fully functioning up and running commercial and multifamily Deal Doer Machine enterprise now. And I'll let Sanjay kind of jump in a little bit on his background and stuff, but I want to tell you guys and show you guys all the team members that we have on the next few slides as well. But Sanjay, why don't you jump in and introduce yourself to everybody real quick again?
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, so my background, I'm engineer by education, kind of started exploring real estate while I was working full time for Capital One in DFW area here. And some of you, if not a lot of you, may have heard of Siva. So, I invested in first couple deals with him in the apartment multifamily area as a limited partner while I was still working full time. And, I flipped one house while I was still working and kind of saw the potential. And 2016, I ended up quitting my job, going full time into real estate. And working with Siva there, we did about 35 or so transactions in 2016 and expanded to multifamily after that. We, with Siva's help and mentorship, we were up to 1,400 doors, 1,400 doors at the peak of our ownership, 8 properties across Dallas, DFW, San Antonio, and Houston area. So, some personal stuff happened in 2019. I kind of stepped out of everything. And 2020 was a tough year for everybody, and a similar recovery for my 2019 stuff. So, 2021 is where I was trying to figure out where to go, what do I want to do, where I want to focus as I kind of go back in. And, I saw Mike on, initially heard about Mike, and actually I heard about Mike, the other Mike, and who was there on earlier, and a couple of the people in the Big Dog Network, are kind of doing the platform leads and stuff. So, but connected with Mike Menudo here, and I was a Big Dog. By 2021, I joined Big Dog Network in 2016. Which was a huge eye-opener after opening the network and learning everything with Phil and Shinoa and everything they've done and put together. So Mike and I talked initially, and I looked at the Deal Doer Machine. Kind of, I was still thinking, and then I got busy in a couple other deals, and a few months later. I think it was around October of last year, I called Mike and was like, hey, let's catch up. And Mike had taken off already. And that's where I realized, this is in some different level. Bill Busick, who was there earlier, he mentioned, I've known Bill from the beginning, 2016. Awesome. His everything is done and deals and analysis. So key part in the commercial side, Bill initially when we started, and he was there and been there. But when I saw that in October, November of last year, Mike had already gotten access, CoStar Access, which is a very expensive platform for individual licenses. Mike had already gotten the access, and he was going at full speed. So I think I had no choice but to join and get on the bandwagon. And we've been adding the leads, we've been refining the process, and kind of going through this whole process. And in the meantime, I have a full-time syndicate the multifamily commercial deals. So as a deal comes through, have the capability to, go raise the money, whatever capability. And actually earlier today, I was talking to somebody, one of the other big dogs, actually, we were talking about believe it or not, $81 million deal. Again, that would be the largest deal that I've evaluated so far, and I don't think that deal is going to work out, but time is never wasted looking and evaluating a deal, especially on the commercial side. The learnings you have and everything else gets refined and you move forward. So, so we started November last year, October, November, and we had one deal come through early January last year. That was a $21 million deal in LaPorte, Texas, which not end up working out because of the issues around flooding and insurance and all the risks associated with that. And the seller wasn't really willing to budge at all. I think I checked a couple months ago, the deal was still floating around. Seller had a good cash flow from the property because of the basis they bought it at. So, and I've had these deals come back 6 months, 12 months later, turn around and seller will call back. So that does happen. But that was our first deal that came through our commercial platform, but not end up working out. And actually last week, Friday, we closed on the deal here in Rockwall, Texas, DFW area there. Thank you, Mike. It's 18 apartments and four retail space on the first floor. So it's a mixed-use building, brand new building in a small town, which is kind of a sub-city of Rockwall called Fate, Texas. So it's in the heart of the downtown Fate, and city's got plans to go around and do other buildings, similar building. So, but yeah, so this was one of those, commercial side is a little bit unique in the sense that the seller you get are sophisticated sellers. They know what they're doing. They know what they want. It's not your typical single family sellers who may or may not know the market very well. But here, this was a builder who built this building, went through the process for 3 to 4 years and got the permits, did the development, all the driveways and roads, worked with the city on the whole thing. And it's a flagship building. So for all the marketing for the city of Fate, this building is on their front page. So, we connected with the seller. It was 3 months of leaving messages. Seller will call back and then they'll hang up, and because they were on the road or they got COVID, and then this happened. And finally, after 3 months of back and forth working with the seller, they were asking quite a bit higher, but negotiated with them. And negotiations here are realistic, very fact-based negotiations. Why we're offering what we're offering. We have sources to look at the loan information, what the seller is at. So, over the 3-4 years, sellers, had the patience to go through and lock their funds. But they made a nice profit on this, very nice profit, which helps with the negotiations. But and on the closing, it's a lot of moving factors that go into. Even though this was a brand new deal, brand new construction, easier from various angles on due diligence and everything else, but between the loan and appraisal and insurance and city stuff, we have to make sure there were a couple terms on the deal as we were going through, but able to work it out with the lenders and push it through. So And yeah, Deal Doer Machine had a $50,000 marketing fee to them right out of this deal, one deal. And as we look to get into those $20-30 million deals, we expect this check to get bigger. But we are getting a lot of leads. Leads are loaded. VAs, awesome. Joshua and Nika are doing a great job making these calls and setting up the appointments. We got quite a few big dogs. Oh yeah, there's the team. Thank you. Oh yeah, so is it 12,000 calls? Yeah, and they are doing 4 to 5 appointments a week at least, if not more. Some weeks are more. So we've got all kinds of commercial deals, multifamily, retail, land, the office. We had some storage and those type of commercial stuff too. So we got all those type of leads loaded in there that we've been getting and feeding through the system, getting it across US, not just Texas. So we're segmenting and trying to work through those deals. But yeah, so Joshua and Nika are doing an awesome job, and Alyssa has great job on managing everything and pushing it through. So, but yeah, so we got quite a few people on board now to take the appointments, get the initial information from the sellers. Oh yeah, Mike, you're ready. How you're reading my mind?
You're queuing it up really well.
Yeah, and I know you sent me this presentation over the weekend, but I didn't just get a chance to look at it. So I'm amazed how it's lining up exactly without even looking at the deck.
Perfect.
So we got quite a few experienced big dogs who are. So David got a ton of experience. Nicole, Selina, Amber. We've got a couple other. Kelly. Kelly's got a lot of good experience. So we got a lot of good people with very good commercial experience. So we're teeing it up, and I'm available, and we've got a couple other people who are available for helping with the underwriting and or assessing the deals and how to make an offer and negotiate the offer. And then of course we have the buyer side. So buyer or the disposition side. So Kelly has been the key on the acquisition side so far, talking to the sellers, and now Kelly is on the disposition side, where she's networking with the buyers. And again, commercial is a little different in the sense that we can't really do blast out emails or blast it out to a huge buyers list, because there are not a lot of buyers who are interested in the deal we may have, and the buyers are very focused from a geographic area perspective, what vintage or what year property they want to buy, what type of property they want to buy, what cap rate, what returns. So various factors they're looking at. So Kelly is focused on trying to figure out the buyers, and as we feed the deals, we're hoping, and we have a few buyers that as the deals feed in, we know which buyer to call and say, hey, we got something that fits your criteria that we can do. And actually, both all of them are big dogs. Mike is a big dog that I actually connected outside of Deal Doer Machine last year, and then Mike Menudo had connected with Mike. So Mike's got a ton of experience, and he's such a wide experience on various commercial deals that he's invested in. So Mike is there and helping us get it going and everything else. So amazing thing about Deal Doer Machine, which really got me excited last year, is it's everything in one place. And Alyssa, I cannot stress how much Alyssa is key to the whole process, and she keeps all the pieces together and like a glue for everything. without Alyssa, everything will fall apart. And she follows up and gets everything done, and an amazing for that. So on Deal Doer Machine, it's amazing how everything in one place. We can go look up all the calls, all the conversations, all the files, all the data we have, underwriting, anything we do is in one place. Doesn't matter if Nicole went and had a call with the seller, or Kelly is following up. Joshua had a call originally, and then I had a call. Within 5 minutes, I can scroll through and review what has happened, and then make a call to the seller or whoever our contact is to figure out. So as we expand and load this up, I think we're gonna ramp up our deal flow, leads, deal flow, and both acquisition and disposition side. So amazing, and very, very excited to be part of this. So.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjay. It's great having you as a part of this as well. And this is just, guys, like one of the things where just like the timing is amazing too, right? And Sanjay was right, kind of like I was, I think I went a little bit crazy here and kind of built the plane before I had the pilot to fly it. So, but then the pilot just shows up, and here we are, ready to take off now, right? So, I mean, it was kind of funny. Like I was like, I'm going to do this regardless, and like, I will find somebody to partner up with me, and I remember talking to Nancy at one point, and she was like, "Oh, you should call Sanjay. You're doing commercial stuff. Call him." I'm like, all right. So that's kind of what how the connection the connection started, and I mean, it's just worked out really, really well from there. I mean, look, we've built a team of a dozen people on the commercial team in the space of 6 months, and like it was kind of funny. It was, I don't know, it was maybe last month or the month before. We had a staff meeting, and Alyssa was telling me, "Oh, we sent like 10 appointments to Sanjay this week," right? 10 appointments or 12 appointments or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh man, Josh and Nika are killing it setting appointments," and I'm gonna get a phone call. And sure enough, the next day, Sanjay calls me. He's like, "I think it would be good if we had some more people to come and take some of these appointments." So it was like perfect timing. And then I had been having conversations, and Sanjay had been talking with a few of the people that are on the next slide about helping us out with underwriting and analysis and stuff like that. And it all just kind of came together, I feel like, in the past couple of months, and we're starting to really get some critical mass. But it's actually further ahead than I was expecting at this point in the year, which has been a pleasant surprise. And I mean, it really, really is because of Sanjay and Alyssa and Josh and Nika and the folks that you see on the other slides as well. Trevor Thompson, Mike Bailey, all these guys have been a tremendous help as well, and really, really supportive of this this crazy thing that we're trying out. So we've got, I don't know how many now deals under analysis, Sanjay, 20, 30 something, I think, that we're looking at in one way or another.
So I just got back from my cruise, Alaska cruise, last week. But yeah, so we got 30 plus deals that I'm going through, talking to the various acquisition people who've been taking the appointments, and yeah, we're going to evaluate and start moving, and let's see where we can take these. And one down, and my goal is at least one more for the year, and then anything more than that is all gravy. So
yeah, awesome. Sounds like a good plan to me. Well, sir, it was great to see you. Glad you're back from vacation. I can't thank you enough, really, for helping out with all this. This is just like, we're just at the beginning of this too, dude.
Yep.
Like, imagine where we're going to be a couple of years from now too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited about this, Mike. It's a key part of every plan.
Yeah, absolutely, and we got a good ability to scale here too. So I'm excited for the future for all of us.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that is our last speaker. then. So thank you all for hanging in here. I know we ran a little bit over, but I hope you enjoyed tonight. Again, if you want to come to a demo and see a little bit more in detail about the Deal Doer Machine platform, go through a little bit more of a webinar, go to dealdoermachine.com. There's also the Join Our Team Now button there too. And we have a couple of specials, launch day specials, and a raffle as well. So first off, if you sign up today or tomorrow, your setup fee is going to be waived on any plan. Okay, so that's a special just for you guys. Use the launch 100 off code. Okay, sign up for today or tomorrow. Any plan, your setup fee is waived. And then 3 lucky attendees have been or will be randomly selected. D, Joe, did we select them already? But they're going to be selected to get 1 month's of DDM membership on any learner or power plan for free. So let's see. Did we get people already? Who wants to? D, can you just take yourself off mute and announce them?
Yes, Mike, I said it on chat. So far, that's the 3 lucky attendees today that will get the 1 month of DDM membership.
Oh,
Lisa,
all right.
Jose, and Karina.
Lisa, Bruno, Jose Felix, and Karina Strand. All right, very good. All right. Well, if you guys are on the call, congratulations, Karina. For the ones who aren't, we will reach out to them separately and let them know the good news. So, guys, I don't know if we really have any time for questions. I know we've run way over by about a half an hour, but you guys can reach out to me directly if you want, if you have questions, and we'll get them answered. We're going to publish probably a video of the presentation as well, guys, but I really appreciate everybody who joined us tonight. Thanks for sticking in overtime with us, and we hope to see you guys on the platform soon. Thank you all so much, everybody. Really appreciate seeing all you guys tonight.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye.